Baby, I'm so in love with you. Ooh.
Hand-cut copper, a torch's flame, built to last, I ain't one the same. Rolling that sheet, bending that steel, every still got a story to tell. The proof's in the still, give it a go, you can't go wrong. The copper still cold.
All right, first live stream of July, and
It's a big one.
we did it again.
Literally.
Yeah,
We did it again.
giving away another still. This will be 8 stills so far this year we're giving away. Thanks to the fine folks over at Copper Still Co. doing this promotion with us, allowing us to give away one of their 20-gallon distiller sets. Look at this beauty. What? Yeah, it could be yours. Could be yours. We're giving it away the last Thursday of July, July 31st, and it's going to be awesome. How do they enter to win this thing?
It's pretty simple. All they got to do is whether you're in chat in one of the lives, an open lives throughout the week, or a live on Thursday night, all you got to do is send a $9.99 super chat or 5 gifted memberships. Those are each entries. Also, you go to stillandclear.com, make any purchase. We don't care if it's a hydrometer or oak staves, grains, whatever. If you buy a grain kit or an ingredient kit, it's going to be a double entry. So you're going to get 2 entries there, and then everything else is single entry.
Yeah.
So pretty simple. You don't have to fill out any paperwork. There's no laborious, process to enter. All you got to do is make a purchase or send a super chat or the 5 gifted members. It's open to U.S. residents only, so be mindful of that. Yeah, super stoked to be giving this thing away.
Yeah, this is a great still. Tonight we're running the red, white, and blue.
America.
Our little celebration.
America's birthday. We're pulling out all the stops.
Right on. So little red, white, and blue corn mash going in today. And, we're doing the drawing a little different this month, too. It's kind of like,
that's true.
What would you call this? Like a reverse round robin? Like, what would this be that we're doing?
I guess so. It's a week-by-week thing. So we're taking them, for the first week up until, tonight. We're taking all those entries. We're going to put them in the wheel, and we're going to rip 4 out of there. And so if you're one of those lucky 4 that gets called, you're going to be on the final wheel that where we're giving this thing away. If you don't get called, you know that, and you've got 3 other shots at trying to get on the wheel. And kind of easy from your guys' perspective. You guys will know if you're in it or not.
Yeah, so entries reset every week.
Every week.
We're drawing 4 more names every week. So there's a possibility you could be on the final wheel multiple times.
Yeah, you could be on there. Yeah.
Which would be, like, pretty good odds.
That'd be pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah, if you can get your name on there twice.
Yeah, because normally we don't allow people on the wheel more than once. But in this setup, if you get drawn for multiple weeks, you're going to be on there multiple times. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a game of chess.
So don't get all your entries in the first week. Space them out week to week to week. Get an entry every week.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder too, are we gonna what if someone gets called multiple times in a week?
I think if your number or your name gets called twice in the same week,
yeah, you're just on there.
You're just on there.
I like it.
It's the advantage of multiple entries, right?
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. So for the week-to-week basis, if you get drawn multiple times over multiple weeks or multiple times in a week, you're still on the wheel.
Yeah.
So I like that.
Love it.
So we're going to run this red, white, and blue mash today through the new maiden voyage on the old 20-gallon here.
Right on.
And I would say, too, the 20-gallon, probably a good still even for a beginner.
Yeah, if you have like a 55-gallon drum to ferment in, sure. Yeah, absolutely, because you can get a lot. Obviously, your yield goes up.
Right.
And between 10 gallons and 20 gallons, you're talking about a few hours difference. So it's not a huge leap to go from 10 to 20.
Yeah.
You know, not like if you were going from 10 to 50 or something like that. But yeah, you could make a lot of good liquor with this. And we got these big 1-inch lines on here. So I think we're going to be able to run this thing pretty quick. We'll see.
Yeah.
Got 15 feet of copper coil in this condenser. So, you know, this is going to be a good test run.
Time will tell. First run on the old 20-gallon copper Stilco here. We hope that you guys enjoy the live. Follow us along. Maybe we'll learn some stuff together. I don't know. First time running a new still, it's always like there's some kind of little quirk in there or something to tweak or figure out. But we hope you guys sit back and enjoy the show.
See you in a bit.
Hand cut copper, a torch's flame, built to last, I ain't one the same. Rolling that sheet, bending that steel, every still got a story to tell. The proof's in the still, give it a go, you can't go wrong. Copper Stilco.
Well, happy red, white, and blue Thursday afternoon of the ABV Live Show. This is a special 4th of July episode. And I think Cyrus here was going to open us up with the national anthem.
Oh, that's all I got.
I'll do it.
I can't remember all of it.
American girls and American guys, they'll always stand up to salute. They'll always recognize. Anyway, glad you guys could be here. We got Clinton House dropping the Copper Stilco link in the chat. Look at that beauty. The 20-gallon Copper Stilco runs like a champ. Surprised at how fast this thing spits shine out.
It does run really quick, pretty easily.
I was not expecting such a big jump in terms of output from 10, even 15 to 20 gallons still. This thing is rocking and rolling with the thumper and
those 1-inch lines make a difference.
yeah, the 1-inch lines are crucial. We've got it turned down, pretty slow, but it's still running off fairly fast. Anyway, I'm Zach. That's Cyrus. Adam's over there. We're glad you guys are here with us for another week of the ABV Live Show. As most of you know, we are giving away this still at the end of the month. And we're going to pick a few lucky contestants from the first week. 4 to be exact. We'll do that here in a little bit. Appreciate the gifts over on TikTok. What are you guys up to? What do you got going on? Jason Trzynski says, y'all might as well give up now. This still is mine. Any name other than mine that is drawn as a winner is a mistake.
I like the confidence.
Throwing down the gauntlet there.
That's
I like
good.
that.
I'm just trying to get caught up on the proofing. We are 6 jars in and just sat down to start proofing everything.
We got 154, 154, 155, 156. So still creeping up a little bit on the proof. That could be probably because we turned the still down just a little bit, running a little bit slower.
Been slowing
It
it
was,
down.
man, it was pull a pint off, grab another pint, pull a pint off. It was coming out there hot and heavy, still coming out there, pretty good lick. I can't say that name out loud, I don't think. Mr. Communist, I love the name. I'm running mine all day tomorrow. Well, good to you. Good luck to you there. What are you running? No Clues running the GW Rye tomorrow.
Hell yeah.
Love that one. Love that one. Top 3 kit for me.
Really good.
I'm definitely putting my name in the hat this time. I would really like to win that. Yeah, this 20-gallon is going to be crazy.
Else.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy.
Hell yeah.
You know, most of us generally run 5, 10, 15-gallon stills, and a 20, there's something about that, you get anything bigger than a 15, you're it's kind of a different game in a sense.
Yeah.
You got to have bigger fermenters, maybe a little bit more time, a lot more output. Adam Diamond says, put me in, coach.
Hell yeah.
$10
With the
donation.
$10 donation. That's an entry.
Trickster, that 2-inch column came from Oak Stills. Okay, all right. Yep, we were talking about that. Love it, love it. Adam Diamond with the $10 super chat. That is an entry, by the way.
Somebody keep track of like these entries?
Yeah, somebody.
My wife does it.
Okay.
Yeah, Winsong tracks them during the lives.
I thought she did. I just wanted to make sure of that.
$10 super chats, entries. 5 gifted members, 10, 15, 20, as many as you want to gift. Those are all, each 5 gifted is an entry. And then, of course, you can always go to stillandclear.com, order all your distilling supplies, whatever you need.
Yep.
Oak, hydrometers, grain,
pH meter,
yeast,
turbo yeast, Mary's wine
test
book.
jar.
Ooh, Mary's wine
Did
book.
you say pH meter already?
Yep. Yeah, maybe you just need a bulkhead to build a fermenter.
Maybe some malted barley, maybe some bazooka filters, maybe some airlocks. Who knows?
We got all kinds of stuff.
We got all that stuff.
Starting Monday, we'll even have lights. Still in the clear lights.
F Word says, I think you should send it to me in Ireland. Brother, I'd love that. If you would opt into some sort of shipping situation where you promise to pay the shipping, I think maybe we could work something out. But I'm warning you, I don't know that it's not as expensive as the still.
It's U.S. residents only. Sorry.
NFT Pop World with a 5 gifted.
Nice.
My brother.
New members have been mashed in.
Is the gifting already broken? You guys were getting after the gifting early on. Oh, look at that little side.
It just
pop.
keeps going.
Little side pop. That's awesome. We appreciate the gifteds. Let's hold off for a minute on the gifted memberships and maybe do super chats in lieu of that. We want to make sure you guys are getting your entries. So
It's like the same price, right?
they're the same price. Yep, $9.99. 5 gifteds are. Rodney Mifflin got an entry there. Yeah.
Rodney got it. Hell yeah. How much heads should you take out of a 5-gallon stovetop still? Michael, that's a great question.
Depends in the chat.
Let's drop the depends in the chat, y'all, because that answer depends.
It depends. What's the ABV of your mash?
It depends on your mash. It depends on what type. Is it a brandy? Is it a whiskey? So there is a video on our YouTube channel, Still in the Clear, that teaches you how to learn to make your cuts. And so it's really just, there is no specific answer to say, oh, take off the first 4 pints or the first quart or whatever.
I wish it was that mechanical.
And also, if you're worried about you have to take a certain amount to be safe, that's just basically not true. So you learn to do it by your own taste and smell. And there's a process that we teach. There's a video on the YouTube channel about how to make your own cuts.
Master of the NEC says, give me that still, baby. Someone's getting it. I'll say that.
Somebody gets it. That's right. Yeah, the Duke says red, white, and blue must be English night. Yeah.
It's the opposite of that, Duke, actually.
I mean, you were a part of it. You
Yeah.
were a part of it.
We thought about doing a 24-hour band on your ass tonight, but we didn't do it. No, we would never do that. We love the Duke. We are a forgiving nation. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Only took us 250 years.
Right.
We're over it now, I think. Enough time has passed.
I think enough.
It's like a bad breakup. You know?
Yeah,
Some of
it
those things
was.
just stick in your craw for a while.
I think
Dean
we're.
Diller says it'd be New Zealand night also. So.
Motor City
Oh, yeah.
Hellbillies.
Lots of red, white, and blue flags out there.
Yeah, there are.
$9.99 super chat and asked, did you get the lights? We sure did, brother.
We just got them today. Yeah, I'll go grab one, in fact.
Yeah, that's. It seems like the Anglosphere really likes red, white, and blue flags. You've got England, America,
Red, white, and blue is a common
Australia,
France.
Australia. Yeah, I guess that's true. France is red, white, and blue, and they're not really. Wouldn't really call them Anglos. So, but then New Zealand and Australia both have red, white, and blue. It's interesting.
I read a thing at some point, I don't know, some random college class maybe, it was like how flags got their colors.
Oh,
and this
yeah.
kind of thing. It was like blood, liberty,
That's
blood,
interesting.
liberty, and like purity or something like that. Like I don't know,
White is like honorable,
the
pure.
white hat cow, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, Fester says Russia. That's a good call. Yeah.
Mud Grip says he's got a Ford dealership up by him offering a tariff-free sale.
What?
Fords are made in the U.S.
That's funny.
Oh, okay. Can't get the light on.
All right, Cody. Appreciate it, brother. I love you too, man. I think when this is all over, we should get an apartment together. Anyway.
Yeah, running the red, white, and blue mash. That's right.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Yep.
And here's the light that
Look at that.
Motor City was asking about. We got 8 of these in stock. I'm going to put these on the website Monday, and then they will very likely sell out very quickly. If you're a member of the channel, you're going to find out before anybody else in the morning at about 8:30.
Hey.
Huh?
Can we give one away tonight?
Yeah, you want to give one away tonight?
Let's give one away to someone.
Yeah.
Ooh.
All right,
I don't
we'll
know.
give one away.
Do we just let's do it different. Let's not do a guest approved for it. Let's think of something else.
completely
Something
different.
else. Something else.
Okay, we'll think of something else.
Yeah, I like
we're gonna give
this.
this
What number
light
am I
away.
thinking? What number am I thinking?
And these will be on the website sometime Monday. The channel members will find out first. They will sell out fast. We will have 7 in stock for right now. So
7.
They're going to be gone pretty quick, I would imagine.
Yeah, limited little run of those. We'll get more when we get more, and then they'll be back on there. Any chance of a still in the clear metal mash paddles? Jason, that would be cool. I would say DRC makes some awesome stainless paddles. He kind of came up with those on the tail end of getting us our still. We don't have mash paddles right now. We may try to work something out with DRC, and maybe he can make us some still in the clear branded paddles. But for right now, I would push you towards his website to go over there and
Yeah, go
look
check
at
out
those.
DRC.
Jar. Everyone's saying jar. Not wrong.
Your hats matched my postal bow tie today. Nice.
Man.
Iron Duke says on the website at 8:30 a.m. on eBay at 9.
They're poaching our signs. You think?
They're gonna scalp our still in the clear signs.
Little still in the clear arbitrage going on.
Oh, that's liquor. Clinton,
Indeed.
yeah, thank you for dropping the link in there. That's DRC Stainless
That corn
Works.
comes through strong on the nose.
Got some really cool paddles. Several of you have already bought them from him. Ray with the $10 super chat there. Can Zach pay for my light?
Yeah.
I can be bribed.
Yeah.
I can be bribed. Bourbon and Pawpaw, we're doing well, man. How are you? What's the flavor for the holiday? Mr. Baker, this is a red, white, and blue mash. It's red, white, and blue heirloom corn from the Still in the Clear shop. And
Yeah, it was Bloody
the Blue Hybrid and Hickory King.
and Hickory King. Yeah, that's
Yep.
right.
Which, by the way, and we'll have to keep kind of a watchful eye on this, Hickory King is going to be going out of stock soon. We have a little bit of it left, but what we have left is all we've got.
Are you sure we're in the Truckers?
It was the Truckers.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Truckers White is.
So the Truckers White, if you're thinking about wanting to get some of that, you should put an order in sooner rather than later because
We got a
it's
notification.
not going to last until next week. It'll be all gone.
Yeah, we
We
got
got
a
an email from our
notification.
supplier, and they're out until like
till-
August.
Yeah, till harvest.
Yep.
So
So, going to be a little dry spell on the Truckers.
NFT already nailed the proof 158 on that day.
Nice.
Look at that.
Nice.
Look at that.
So let's do
Maybe-
a little shout out to Copper Steel Co. for
Oh, dude.
letting us do this. This is
Adam,
amazing.
Carrie, they're killing it over there.
Yeah.
If
Send
I
us
don't know,
some hats.
some of you guys might not have Yeah, I got a little throwback camo hat there from Copper Steel Co. As Cyrus calls it, camo. Yeah, they're awesome. Winstock says, "Do y'all think Zach secretly wants to be a pirate?" I'll go ahead and answer that for you. Yes.
For
Yeah.
sure. For sure.
Yeah, it's more prospector than
More
pirate,
prospector.
I think.
Yeah. Left my pickaxe in the truck. What jar are we on? We got jar number 8 gonna come off. Do need an eye patch. Jason's not wrong about that.
Yeah, who wouldn't wear an eye patch if they had one?
Running a weeded Jimmy Red tomorrow. Paul, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, so when you say a wheated Jimmy Red, is your wheat a red wheat or a white wheat with the Jimmy Red?
Red wheat.
Been considering a wheated bourbon with some red corn myself.
Raptor Ranch's got a son with him. What's up, guys? How are you guys doing? Thanks for being here.
Nice.
Mean Dealer says, watch the documentary about Popcorn Sutton the other day. So cool. Yeah, that is a really cool video. A lot of cool footage there.
Captain Zach Sparrow.
I'll take it.
Ooh, that's
I'll take
cool.
it.
I like that.
I don't know.
White wheat on the Jimmy Red.
Jason Acosta says, wheat thins. 2 points of inquiry here. 1, makes me hungry. 2, has anyone done a mash with all wheat thins?
Yeah, the answer to that kind of question is always yes.
Yeah, someone's done that.
Someone has done it.
Yeah. That'd be an expensive mash unless you got some sort of like deal
Hook
on
up.
them. Yeah.
Unless you got a plug.
Anyone got any contacts at the wheat thins? The wheat. Hold on.
Raptor's reminding us that they're a girl. I do remember that now.
Oh, sorry.
Did not remember that before you
I do
said
recall
it.
now.
Thank you.
Sorry about that. I don't want to misgender. I'm a girl man. Okay, yeah.
Coyote Hunter, it's not a raffle. It's kind of a raffle. There's a number of ways to win this still. We're giving it away at the end of the month. You can go to stillintheclear.com, make any purchase on the website, and that's the entry. If that purchase is a grain kit or a recipe kit, that is a double entry. Or if you're in the live right now, you can do a $9.99 or a $10 super chat. That is an automatic entry. If you are a member, you can gift 5 memberships to other people, and that is also an entry. So those are the ways you can join the air quotes raffle.
Octane Fam over on TikTok says, total newbie here. I might dive into this hobby. Any good resources to learn from?
Yeah.
I would send you. I would send you to 2. The Still in the Clear YouTube channel, which is the other channel that we're streaming live from. You see over here, you see all those YouTube chats. Those are on the Still in the Clear YouTube channel. If you type in Still in the Clear, it's going to pop up over on YouTube for you. Also, Moonshine for Beginners on MeWe. Clinton House has dropped the link in the chat there.
Beat me to
Great
it.
place to learn. Really good place to learn. The ABV guy TikTok that I do, it's got a lot of helpful information on there. You could go back and look through a bunch of my videos. You have to skip around the ones where I'm just kind of screwing around, but there's some informative stuff on there. But you know, between those 3 places, you should have a pretty good idea about some things. And
yeah, Octane Fam, you should definitely jump in. It's a great hobby. It's easy to get started. It's much less complicated than you might think it is in the beginning from the outside looking in. But those resources that he gave you will show you how simple it is to get going. And we're giving away a still. So maybe you don't have a still. This is the 7th still we've given away this month.
don't buy one until July is over.
Yeah.
Barley and Hops.
Another great channel.
The Shine Shack.
Another great channel.
Phil Billy.
Another great channel.
Still It.
Another great channel. Yep.
I rattled off 3 or 4 there.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I would say that Still in the Clear, Barley and Hops are probably the 2 best YouTube channels
Specifically for the beginner.
specifically for beginners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Rednecker, you can win a ton of different ways. If you bounce over to the Still in the Clear YouTube, you can do super chats and gifted memberships. $10 super chats an entry, 5 gifted memberships is an entry, or you can go to stillintheclear.com. You can make any purchase over there, and that's going to be an entry. Grain kits and ingredient kits are 2 entries. So, you know, Maybe you need a hydrometer, some yeast, or something like that. You can go scoop that up. That'll be an entry. Also going to explain how we're going to be doing the giveaway this month because it is a little bit different. So what we're going to do is here, after a little bit, we're going to pull up the wheel. Some of you guys already know what that is, but if you don't, it's a big wheel with order numbers and random numbers that we create for the gifted memberships and stuff like that. We pull those numbers and then we go pull the names that are associated with those. Adam's got the wheel pulled up there. And yeah, so we'll spin that thing 4 times, and I don't know, should we spin it? Here's what we could do. We could put 5 people on the wheel, and we could spin it one more time to take one off, and the consolation prize is the light. So if you're the first loser, you're still a winner.
You are still a winner.
Let's do that. You want to do that?
I like it.
Okay.
I like it.
Okay. So that's what we'll do for the winner of this little LED still in the clear light. I think it, personally, I don't know. I might put this on in a place of prestige, such as on top of my mantle.
On the mantle?
Yeah. But it also look good in your shine shack or your garage or wherever it is that you produce and distill spirits.
Yeah, right. You could use it as a nightlight. Just put it right next to your bed, right on your nightstand, and just.
Yeah.
It's a nice little nightlight.
Yeah. Little bathroom hallway light.
Wherever
situation.
you might want to look at it most.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Dimly lit areas, it's going to do wonders in. Neil, we are running the red wine blue. Yes, sir. What is a good beginner still? Well, Mr. Baker, it kind of depends. I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to give you the most direct answer. I will say you need to look at what is your concern. If your concern is budget, then maybe Viver Lombardi. That's going to do a couple things for you. One, it's going to be pretty cheap, and 2, you're going to know, like, hey, do I like doing this? Is this something I'm going to continually do? Most people, the answer for that is yes. Second is going to be how much do I want to produce in a run? You're going to commit, depending on your still size, 3 to 8 hours every time that you do a run. So you want to know how much time do I have to devote every time I do a run, and then on the other side of that coin, how much do I want to produce? And so that's going to give you the size that you might want to run. So budget, size, time, and then also versatility is going to be a little bit of your thought process there. Do I want to produce high proof neutral spirits? If so, you might want a column type setup, a column still. That could be a keg still, could be a mile high milk jug still. It could be a ton of different stills. Or do I want to produce brandies or bourbons or single run spirit runs? Then you might want a pot still setup. Now this is a 20 gallon. I would think generally maybe this would be a big first leap for a brand new distiller, but it's kind of right there on the fringe. And it's also, if you do stick with it, it's going to be a still that you'll just use for a really long time. You're not going to replace it for ever. Yeah.
I mean, and like you mentioned budget. Your budget starts at, like, with the Viver, the Lombardi stainless steel that you can get off of Amazon. That's going to be a couple $100, and it goes up from there and basically doesn't ever stop. Like this steel behind us, this is a $2,000 steel.
Yeah.
We've got copper Alembic steels. We gave 5 of them away last month. That's a $400 steel. So there's quite a wide variety, and that's a great question and a great conversation to have if you get into the Moonshine for Beginners over there on MeWe. You can scroll up in the chat. We dropped some links earlier, or maybe Clinton or Adam will drop some more links for the Moonshine for Beginners group. But you can jump in that group, jump into the chat room, and just start asking all kinds of questions. People will help you kind of figure out what steel is going to be best for you.
Duke says there's a good article over there on it.
There is a good article over there on how to choose a steel. That's right.
I'm thinking only 5 gallon to start and go from there. Yeah, that's super common. And there's nothing wrong with a 5 gallon still. One, you're going to be able to run it on your stovetop. most generally depending on the type of still, and the setup. You can use your sink as a reservoir, so you don't really need any special equipment. Your fermenters can be, 5, 6, 7, 8 gallon, 10 gallon buckets, so you don't really need anything special. Common spot that a lot of people start at. Joe Parks with the $9.99 super chat.
Nice. Yeah. Another entry to win this still.
Sweet Joe. For those of you that are new here, Joe is the favorite by both viewers and I think us.
We love Joe.
Yeah. The best, the sweetest.
Dwayne asks, okay, so what would be the Swiss Army knife of stills, 10 gallon?
I like that question.
Good question.
I would call the 8 gallon, so they don't make a 10 gallon, but either 8 gallon or 13 gallon. Dual Purpose Pro from Mile High is a great Swiss Army knife still. It'll do pot still runs. You can do neutral spirits with it.
Run a D flag, don't run a D flag.
Very volatile.
Nice condenser on it too.
That's the wrong word.
Jar. Thank you, Clinton.
Thank you, Clinton.
Clinton's on the ball tonight. I love it.
Trickster says, I need to find a 20 gallon fermenting vessel. Yeah, around here you can find 15 gallon barrels, 13 gallon barrels, and 50 gallon barrels. Those in between from 15 to 50 are tough to find locally where we are. So we just use 50 gallon. That's what we use to make the mash for this.
Shout out to my sweet and beautiful Grandma Betty if she is watching right now. I believe that she is probably watching via way of my wife.
Grandma Betty, swing by the shop.
Did she mention anything to you about Moonshine and her family earlier when she was here?
No, she didn't.
So Robert Sebastian with the $20 super chat. That's
nice.
That's 2 entries right there.
That's a double entry right there.
So her dad was maybe in his time the biggest moonshiner in Crawford County.
Nice.
He ran a ridiculous amount of liquor.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That was back in the day too. You had judges, you had sheriffs, you had everybody.
Yeah,
they were. He was doing it up apparently. So, pretty cool little family history on the Shine side of things.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. They was running them things outside in the woods.
Yeah.
Probably some barn setups over the years.
I imagine, was he a farmer?
I think he was strictly a moonshiner.
Just a moonshiner.
Just a moonshiner.
That's pretty cool.
And from what I'm told, just ran an ungodly amount of product.
Mudgrips said definitely not a Viva earlier, and it kind of reminded me of something like the idea of a sunk cost. So like if you're getting into a new hobby and you just spend just a little bit extra.
You'll spend more.
You just spend a little bit extra on it, you're going to be that much more invested in it, and you might be more likely to continue doing the thing. And so you just get one more bell or one more whistle on it, and you know, spend a little bit more, and you might and you might end up just really enjoying what you're doing a lot more. You know, that I think that's probably a consideration to make.
Well, and I think guys want to consider too, guys and gals, want to consider too the resale value of your still. So if we're talking about a Beaver, you know, but if we're talking about a copper still and it's in good condition and you've taken care of it, you're gonna pretty well maintain its value. You know, unless it's damaged or something like that. And so reselling those is a lot easier than,
for sure,
you know, reselling, you know, a Beaver. Beavers are, for all intents and purposes, and I'm not bad talking anybody, it just is what it is. They're pressure cookers essentially, you know, with clamps on the lids, and not knocking the Beavers, and there's a lot of shiners that use them, but they're often heavily modified, and they are often, you know, just kind of, they are what they are. They're an entry-level still.
They're an entry-level still that you can get into at a very easy cost, and that's what they are, and they're perfect for that.
Yeah. They ought to call them the working shit out stills.
Yeah.
Just working some shit out on this thing.
Also, Viver as a company, it's almost like Hitachi or those other Asian brands. They make literally everything. Like Viver makes distilling supplies, but they also make bombs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They make engines for carriers.
Tools, car jacks, and fence panels, and tractors, and
wire strippers.
It's amazing.
Machinery.
Yeah.
Yeah. Viver's crazy.
We've got a Samsung jet engine here.
Adam says he votes for a keg still, which is also a great choice.
Keg still's a great still.
If you can get your hands on a used keg,
40,
that's
50, 60 bucks.
$1 for gallon, the best way to go, because
You spend another $200 on the high end modifying it. You spend another, if you wanted to go crazy with it, $400 or $500 on like column pieces and tri clamps and gaskets, and you know, you can be, you know, $600, $700, $800 into a 15-gallon still, and there's nothing wrong with the keg still.
But also, you know, my first keg still, I was into it for under $100.
Yeah.
Column and all.
Wow.
I mean, I made my own column.
Okay.
I bought the parts and went to a plumbing supply house or a plumber and said, hey, you got any scrap 2-inch? He had a piece that was about that long, cost me like $18 or something.
Nice.
Yeah, so $1 for gallon, the keg still is the best option, without a doubt. Love to run me 25% blackberry blood wine through that. Well, hell yeah.
I have a 5-gallon Viver. That's why I'm claiming this still.
Yeah.
Yeah, this would be an awesome upgrade.
This would be a heck of an upgrade. I've got a column still with an attachment that I can switch to a 3-pot still. And that's another thing about the hobby too. Like, some of the really cool shit I see people doing with their stills are just their home modifications.
Yeah.
Things people have thought up in their mind, and I see it and I go, oh hell. I remember the first time I saw an infusion chamber.
On a Viver?
It was, no.
Oh.
On a still, it was Prohibition 1920. And I just started calling it the 1920 chamber because, you know,
Yeah.
as far as I'm concerned, that's the first time I ever saw someone do that. And now you see it everywhere.
All the time, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it was actually Shua and Prohibition, but yeah, so that's another cool thing about the hobby, especially if you get in somewhere like Moonshine for Beginners group. People post their modifications. You get to see what other people are doing. And it's like, dang, people are out there doing some pretty cool stuff.
Who's got the Viverstein?
Beaverstein would be Backwoods, right?
Backwoods, I think, yeah.
Yeah. And he was another one. Like, he modified his Beaver so many different ways that the only thing left that was a Beaver was the pot.
Yeah.
And there was nothing else on it that was Beaver.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. He has a different steel now, but.
Rooster Shine, Uncle Moonshine, Honnold Rump. What a good name. How are you guys doing over there? Backwoods 2, long live Viverstein 4.0. Yeah.
Honnold Rump is asking how to get in on the giveaway.
Go to Linktree in my bio. You're over on TikTok. Go to Still and Clear, make any purchase, and it's good for an entry. Make a grain kit or ingredient kit purchase, that's 2 entries, or you can hop over to the YouTube page over at Still in the Clear and do a $10 super chat or 5 gifted memberships.
Those are all the ways.
That's the ways. Oh, you know what would be devastating?
What's that?
If we did the draw for the 4 names and the first one that we drew, it doesn't get you on the list, but it does get you this light. Should we do the first one, or should we put 5 on there and then rip the last one off? What's more painful?
Is that the way you want to do it?
It's kind of, I mean, it's entertaining.
I say we draw 5 and then we rip one at the end,
Okay.
and that's the winner of the light.
God, it's going to just backfire. It's going to be like Joe's going to get on there, and then she'd be happy with a light, though. Can you buy the still outright? Of course you can.
Yep.
Yeah, you can go to Copper Still Co. We'll get a link dropped in the chat for you on that. And you can go over there and talk to Adam and let him know what you're thinking, what you want, and
this is one of his standard stills. It's listed on the website. You can go just purchase it. He also does all kinds of custom stuff that you can ask him to build, and he'll do it. $2,000 for this still right here, 20-gallon, all copper, and well worth it. It's got all kinds of bells and whistles. It's got an 1.5-inch drain port on the bottom with a valve. It's got quick connect water lines for the worm. It's got 15 feet of 1/2-inch copper in the worm. It's got a 6-inch clean out on the top to make it easy to clean and stuff and get into. That cap is a 6-inch removable. It's got a 4-inch fruit port on the thumper. It's made with 1-inch lines, so it's a hell of a still.
And also something that doesn't really get talked about a lot, you know, we don't even bring it up when people are like, what still should I buy? You know, I'm looking at, you know, a company's reputation is a pretty important thing when you're considering buying what I would consider a big boy still. This is a big boy still. And so if you have some damage in shipping, or if you need to kind of count on a guy when he tells you, you know, because these guys, they're building stills, they may be at certain points of the years that you know, they may be a long ways out. And
I've seen them 6-8 months out.
So, you know, trusting the guy that's building your still for you and him having a good name, knowing that he's going to take care of you, he's got a really good reputation in the community. We don't work with anybody in the community that doesn't have just a stellar reputation, that's not going to take care of their customers, because, you know, you guys are our customers, you guys are our viewers, and at some point, if you become their customers, we want them to take care of you. And Copper Still Co. absolutely will do that. They package, the way they package these things too, so that they don't get damaged on their way to you, is pretty nuts. I mean, it was like encased. I mean, they had cut out these special foam packs around. I mean, it's pretty elaborate.
And you know, there are people in this chat right now watching this live that have names in their head of people in this industry that you can't trust, and lots of people know these names in the industry. We don't say them publicly. If you're a member,
it's not our bag.
If you're a YouTube member, I say them during the members only lives, but
we do say them kind of off the record sometimes.
So yes, Adam over at Copper Still Co. You can absolutely trust him.
Great dude.
Stellar customer service.
Yep. Paul McKinley with the 5 gifted. Brother, I think that the gifting is broken. I want to make sure that you get credit for your entry, so we're encouraging the super chats in lieu of the gifteds right now. We love the gifteds, but you know, I don't think we got a lot early on. I don't think they're going out anymore.
Also, Clinton, just to let you know, the website Shine On Festivals is up as of today. Finally got all that worked out.
Shine On Festival back up and running.
I think Adam has about a 3-month turnaround at the moment. And those, you know, his lead time varies. Sometimes he gets real caught up, and then when he does get caught up and he's got like a 4, 6, 8 week lead time, he gets a bunch of sales because people are like, oh, I got to get a still now.
Now's the time.
And then he's like 6 months out again, and then he can't sell a still because his lead time is too far out. Like, it's pretty crazy how it works. Mud Grips, I put faith in everything that you promote on this channel.
Oh, dude.
I haven't been let down yet. Man, that means a lot, Mud Grips. And
Thank you, brother.
We are picky with what we will go and tell our viewers, you should get this.
Garbage Throne Daddy says, fellas, thanks again. What do you mean, brother? What are you talking about?
You're welcome. I know that. You're welcome.
What do you mean, brother?
Thanks again for the steal.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yes, posted pics of his new still. He was one of the winners from last month, won one of the 5-gallon copper Olympic stills.
Paul McKinley with the entry.
Hell yeah.
My brother. I'll bring my bike to the festival. Can Zach ride it? Ray, I'll give it a shot. I don't know what kind of bike we're talking, but I haven't come across very many that I couldn't ride. Some of them were a size thing. Children's bicycles are getting a little tough these days. Most of them I should be probably good on now.
Right.
Gifting works at the very beginning of the live. Then mystery quits working. Yep, and we don't know anything about it. It just happens.
It's a problem. Yeah, Trickster, the cherries will get you. I did have a couple of the cherries the other day on a live. Delicious.
Yeah, tried them without me. Broke into them.
Yeah, sorry. Couldn't be helped.
Can't leave you alone, I'm telling
Couldn't
you.
be helped.
Collector Rick says, need more rum. Clinton, Beaver Stills, cheap and good learners with a link there to an alcohol distiller on beaver.com. There you go.
Look at there.
It's going to be hard to still in it and not put it on a shelf with a pretty little light. Yeah, they are pretty little stills for sure.
Poison with the $10 super chat. My brother.
There's an entry. Another entry. Where were today's website orders collected for tonight's Wheel of Steel Fortune collected? Yes, up until when did you close
It was
that out?
like it was all of them right before the live started.
All of them right before we started the live. So yes, today's orders did go in. Hot Spirit Weaver.
Joe Park says 8 cherries and broke the Hillbilly 3000. Can't leave him alone. It did all happen on the same day.
Now we know what happened.
I blame the cherries. Yeah, I got a little too animated with the Redneck 3000 and stripped a screw out. No, not to worry though. Threw a few more back in it and she's back up stronger and better than ever.
Uncle Si already fixed it. Ain't no big thing.
That's right.
Getting behind again already. This is jar number 8 coming off the still. Well, yeah, this is 8.
8 and 9.
We're just hanging on in there at the mid 150s.
Garbage Stone asks how it's tasting. Let me give you an honest review here. We're deep up in the hearts. Well into the hearts, I would say. It's tough. 20 gallon still, new setup. How much will we get off of it? Not sure yet. Thank you, Uncle Moonshine, aka Mark Morgan. Everything I've tasted so far was surprisingly excellent. I mean, just in terms of corn flavor. It's hot. I mean, it's
Mid 150s.
150s,
Yeah.
but it's really good for 150. That's more than above average. Ronnie, hi, $10 super
Very good.
chat. Thank you, brother.
Love the smell coming off that.
Everybody's getting them entries in there. I like that. How are y'all doing the $10 donation for entry? Neil, what we do is we keep a record of all the super chats that we get, and we write them down, and they correlate to your name and the number of entries that you have, and then we put those in the wheel. So, like, you know, any number that you see in the wheel that's 1,000 to 1,100 or whatever. Those are all gifted memberships and donations. Right now, only the donations are working. So, for instance, if you send a $30 super chat, that's you're gonna have your name with 3 marks beside it and your number, and then I just go in and to our data sheet that gets uploaded to the wheel, and I put you in 3 times, and that's how that works.
And how we keep track of them is Winsong. Winsong is screenshotting every time somebody gifts something during the live. She takes a screenshot of it. And then later she sends me the screenshots. I write all the names down, how many times they gifted.
Yep.
And then he does the numbers, and Adam does the wheel.
She's the shine keeper, not to be
Shine
confused
keeper.
with the bookkeeper.
Yeah, going well. We're 9 jars deep. We're 9 pints in. So gnats all over the place. Look at that.
It's crazy. We have been combating fruit flies. Pretty hot and heavy. We've been in the trenches.
It's been a war today.
We've got 6 fruit fly traps, 2 large bag traps, and like 6 of those little tape.
Yeah.
And I would say that their numbers have been decimated today. We did. I mean,
we put a dent in them today.
they've been getting us like the last week, but we got their ass today.
We have not won the war yet, but
No.
we won the battle.
Oh, dude. I think by Monday they're gone.
Yeah.
I'm hoping. I'm optimistic about that, but
Mark Morgan says, figured I'd be come over here. That seems to get the most attention. Man, I'm not sure what all that means, Mark.
what do you say?
Figured I'd become over here.
He switched from TikTok to YouTube.
Oh.
That's all he's saying.
Oh, you get more attention over here. That okay.
Probably
I got
true.
you.
Yeah. A lot more. I think it's easier for other people to see your chats too.
Yeah.
Like, don't want to discourage anyone from hanging out on TikTok. Love, the people
For sure.
hanging out over there. But
Yeah.
it does seem to, you're kind of more in the group over on the YouTube.
Yeah. Jason says, I don't know why y'all are still trying to have entries. I've already claimed this still.
He did claim the still.
Yeah.
What was the proof on that jar?
The last jar is 158. Jar number 8 was 156.
Hey, could you pin Poison's comment there?
Real quick, Mud Grips.
Mud Grips.
And then Poison.
He says, "Cy, Zach, you wouldn't believe the folks in my life because of this." Yeah, it's awesome. I think to some extent I do know. I know you talk to a few of the folks in here pretty regular. Heck, I talk to you pretty regular. So yeah, I think that's the whole point of what we're doing here is can kind of continuing on with what Cyrus has been doing for years, just trying to grow the community. And
The Moonshine community is one of the best communities out there.
yeah, for sure. For sure. Jason says, GTD, you need to do a live the first time you run the Olympic.
Hell yeah.
AI Zach photos now live on MeWe as an FYI. Go check those out.
AI Zach photo.
Another good reason to join.
Hell yeah.
Ow!
Paul McKinley dropping the MFB emoji, the custom emoji. Raptor Ranch says real community, 100%. Yeah, totally agree with that.
Let's see here. I'm going to cruise on over to MeWe, see what we are talking about. Moonshine for beginners. Dear God.
That's pretty awesome. Okay, if you guys are not in Moonshine for Beginners, you got to go over there and join just to see this
Who made
AI
this?
photo.
Is that NFT?
Yeah. That's
Good Lord.
awesome.
Why am I on a crotch rocket? Yeah. Absolute shenanigans.
Yeah, KRB. Actually, there was a fella in here just before the live started
Pretty
talking
accurate.
about flies, talking about spray you get at the co-op, and he called it chicken house spray or something like that.
I thought he was talking about milk
In-house.
cows.
Milk house
cows.
spray. That's what
Did
he
you already
called it.
answer Rooster Shine's question? What vendors are going to be at your festival?
Well, all the vendor spots are not closed yet. There are still vendor spots available.
Still accepting vendors.
We got
There's-
barbecue guy. We got
Soap-
popcorn.
Soap makers. There's there's a lot of different guys. There's knife makers. I think there's a holster guy. There's
A guy that
make cups.
A guy that makes jewelry out of stainless steel and copper.
woodworking, and then there's like steel builders, and I would really like to get some grain guys, even if it's like small farm type guys.
Yeah.
Would like to get some more of those. There's going to be, of course, food vendors.
Copper Steel Co. is coming.
Copper
He's
Steel
already said
Co.
he's coming.
Copper Moon.
Yeah, Copper Moon.
I don't know. I have to go back and look now. There's hopefully by the time we get there, I want to have as many folks out here that want to come, and we've done all we can really.
Harley Davidson, Sugarland.
Harley Davidson, Sugarland's distillery. Thanks to the fine folks over at Choctaw Casino and Resorts of Oklahoma. But yeah, there's going to be hopefully a lot of people out there.
Yeah.
If you guys have any kind of side hustles or you have anything that you like doing, reach out to us, give us a call, and let us kind of take care of you. If you want to be here, we want you to be here. And so yeah, Neil David with the $9.99 super chat. Don't know if I already called that one out.
Another entry.
Yeah, Neil, we got it. Also, I'd want folks to join, and I don't have enough followers to get folks in the live. Don't know what you mean, GTD, but...
Yeah, you can go live with 500 followers.
Oh, okay, yeah. You're
1,000.
talking about on TikTok, yeah. You've joined, you're in live, you can go live. Maybe you're talking about on YouTube. Jason says, NFT, please Photoshop an eye patch on Zach on that picture. Yeah, that would be actually pretty bitchin'. That might end up getting framed. I don't know if that was I don't know if you intended for me to like that photo. I do like it though.
It is pretty cool.
I don't like the color of the bike though. Can you make the bike? Actually, hey, can we
Red, white, and
replace?
blue?
Can we replace the crotch rocket with a bald eagle? I'd rather be riding a bald eagle, I think. If you do that, I will save it. It will be a photo that's used regularly, at least by me.
Yeah.
I'll put it on Facebook for sure.
Make it a profile.
Yeah.
Pic.
Art from one of our watchers. Mm-hmm. Throw it up. I believe everyone here has a side hustle. Yeah, I think most of you do.
Lots of side hustle here.
We ain't gonna talk about that right now.
No.
GTD, solid dude, yeah.
Armor war bear with armor bald eagle flying next to him, sporting a 50 cal.
I can go
that'd
live,
be
but folks
sick.
can't hop up in the squares. Oh, okay. Well, we got to get your followers up, man. We'll keep tagging us in videos. I'll keep reposting them, and hopefully you'll get up there where you can do that.
It's 5:57. You want to roll us out?
All right. Well, we're getting close to the top of the hour here, so what we're gonna do is take a little pause. What's going to happen is you're going to see some footage of what happened before we cut the cameras on tonight, a little bit of behind the scenes, and a big shout out to the fine folks over at Copper Steel Co. So take this time, grab a beer, grab a refreshment, maybe use a little Shiner's room if nature's calling. And we'll be right back here with you shortly.
Baby, I'm so in love with you. Ooh.
Hand cut copper, a torch's flame, built to last, I ain't one the same. Rolling that sheet, bending that steel, ever still got a story to tell. The proof's in the still, give it a go. You can't go wrong with Copper Steel Co.
All right, first live stream of July, and
It's a big one.
we did it again.
Literally.
Yeah.
We did it again.
Giving away another still. This will be 8 stills so far this year we're giving away. Thanks to the fine folks over at Copper Steel Co. doing this promotion with us, allowing us to give away one of their 20-gallon distiller sets. Look at this beauty. What? Yeah, it could be yours. Could be yours. We're giving it away the last Thursday of July, July 31st, and it's going to be awesome. How do they enter to win this thing?
It's pretty simple. All they got to do is whether you're in chat in one of the lives and open lives throughout the week or a live on Thursday night, all you got to do is send a $9.99 super chat or 5 gifted memberships. Those are each entries. Also, you go to stillandclear.com, make any purchase. We don't care if it's a hydrometer or oak staves, grains, whatever. If you buy a grain kit or an ingredient kit, it's going to be a double entry. So you're going to get 2 entries there, and then everything else is single entry.
Yeah.
So pretty simple. You don't have to fill out any paperwork. There's no laborious process to enter. All you got to do is make a purchase or send a super chat or the 5 gifted members. It's open to U.S. residents only, so be mindful of that. Yeah, super stoked to be giving this thing away.
Yeah, this is a great still. Tonight we're running the red, white, and blue.
America.
Our little celebration.
America's birthday. We're pulling out all the stops.
Right on, right on. So little red, white, and blue corn mash going in today. And, we're doing the drawing a little different this month, too. It's kind of
that's true.
What would you call this? Like a reverse round robin? Like, what would this be that we're doing?
I guess so. It's a week-by-week thing. So we're taking them, for the first week up until, tonight. We're taking all those entries. We're going to put them in the wheel, and we're going to rip 4 out of there. And so if you're one of those lucky 4 that gets called, you're going to be on the final wheel that where we're giving this thing away. If you don't get called, you know that, and you've got 3 other shots at trying to get on the wheel. And kind of easy from your guys' perspective. You guys will know if you're in it or not.
Yeah, so entries reset every week.
Every week.
We're drawing 4 more names every week. So there's a possibility you could be on the final wheel multiple times.
Yeah, you could be on there. Yeah.
Which would be, like, pretty good odds.
That'd be pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah, if you can get your name on there twice.
Yeah, because normally we don't allow people on the wheel more than once. But in this setup, if you get drawn for multiple weeks, you're going to be on there multiple times. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a game of chess.
So don't get all your entries in the first week. Space them out week to week to week. Get an entry every week.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder too, are we gonna what if someone gets called multiple times in a week?
I think if your number or your name gets called twice in the same week,
yeah, you're just on there.
You're just on there.
I like it.
It's the advantage of multiple entries, right?
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, so, for the week-to-week basis, if you get drawn multiple times over multiple weeks or multiple times in a week, you're still on the wheel.
Yeah.
So, I like that.
Love it.
So we're going to run this red, white, and blue mash today through the new maiden voyage on the old 20-gallon here.
Right on.
And I would say, too, the 20-gallon, probably a good still even for a beginner.
Yeah, if you have like a 55-gallon drum to ferment in, sure. Yeah, absolutely, because you can get a lot. Obviously, your yield goes up.
Right.
And between 10 gallons and 20 gallons, you're talking about a few hours difference. So it's not a huge leap to go from 10 to 20.
Yeah.
Not like if you were going from 10 to 50 or something like that. But yeah, you could make a lot of good liquor with this. And we got these big 1-inch lines on here. So I think we're going to be able to run this thing pretty quick. We'll see.
Yeah.
Got 15 feet of copper coil in this condenser. So, this is going to be a good test run.
Time will tell. First run on the old 20-gallon copper Stilco here. We hope that you guys enjoy the live. Follow us along. Maybe we'll learn some stuff together. I don't know. First time running a new still, it's always like there's some kind of little quirk in there or something to tweak or figure out. We hope you guys sit back and enjoy the show.
See you in a bit.
Hand cut copper, a torch's flame, built to last, I ain't one the same. Rolling that sheet, bending that steel, every still got a story to tell. The proof's in the still, give it a go, you can't go wrong. Copper still cold.
Hey,
How about that? From the fine folks over at Copper Still Co.
Hell yeah.
We are on jar number 10. Coming off right now, about to proof it. Any guesses? Any guesses?
Been told to do this off screen a number of times.
It's hard. I have no frame of reference on here either. I'm pointing at stuff to just the opposite direction all the time. I feel like a real cotton-headed ninny muggins over here.
That's you.
Just can't figure it out. I wish this hat was like a half-inch wider too.
I
think
saying
if I
the
just
same
keep cramming
thing.
it down onto my head, eventually it'll get
Stretch
there.
it.
Yeah. Yours is too big. I've got the head of a damn gargantuan.
Same here.
Such a huge head, dude.
Same here.
Like why? Like
Oblong.
why do I have such a huge head?
Yeah.
We got 146, 150, 143, 156, 154, 150, 139, 153, 149, 150. And jar number 10 came out at 157.
Zach's an angry elf. Look like a disgruntled elf.
Yeah, gave up your pick. Won't work the mine anymore.
Nope. I did my nickel.
Call him an angry elf one more time.
Yeah, I saw it, Ray. It's already my Facebook profile picture.
All right, I'm gonna show them.
All right, pull them up.
Let's see here.
Love that.
That's my favorite.
Looks like you're riding a 250.
I would never ride a 250, dude.
I love that the hat bill is even bent up in the
Yeah.
front there. Like
Yeah, it's accurate.
you know, it's cool.
It's accurate.
They got the colors from your shirt. Like it looks pretty good.
I'm not mad at it.
Face could be a little better, but honestly, I'm impressed with the AI there.
The AI is fairly accurate.
I mean, and then here we go. Still clear.
Nice.
Counting it.
Looks good, guys.
Those are pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Guys, does it look like Donkey Kong?
I saw that.
I mean, listen, I'm never gonna get.
Better
I'll-
face. Which face?
I'll never get mad at a comment that's just accurate. Okay.
Right.
And to some degree, do I share a liking to Donkey Kong? Maybe. I like the eagle picture.
I think we even did take a pic of you holding a barrel over your head at one time.
I wish it was like. I wish the eagle and myself was like the first photo where it's kind of like realistic. It looks like a photo.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's a way, Ray. It seems like you've already got your AI pretty well trained in on what you want. But is there any way you can make the eagle and myself like realistic and maybe flames on the eagle?
Go ahead and cue up a photorealism variation of the Zach and Eagle.
Flames
AI.
on the eagle.
And could you have me like throwing a jar of shine or?
All of that
Dude, this
can,
is art, dude. I don't know why you're.
All of that can-
I don't know. I don't know.
every
I don't know
bit
what
of
you're
that
finding
can go in the
amusing, dude.
prompt.
We're trying to like. We're trying to like really hone in on some like beautiful artwork here, dude.
Right.
Yeah, beautiful.
right.
Beautiful.
This is serious stuff. Or maybe if I was like fighting like a British soldier or something, that'd be cool too.
Or to be lore accurate to the channel, a monkey. A gorilla,
Yeah,
right?
but I still want to be in red, white, and blue.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Maybe the monkey could be in like a British Army uniform or something.
Yeah. Union Jack shirt.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'm.
Your weapon of choice is throwing mason jars.
Yeah. Jars. It's my first line of defense, and then after that, it's just all these. Dude, that was 4 real quick, dude. He's out. That was 4 quick. I don't know if you could. I don't know if we can get the frames per second to like slow down enough.
You were too fast for the camera,
It
Zach.
was
Too fast for the camera.
It'd still be like
We'd have to upgrade our
slowed
hardware.
it down as much as you could. You probably still couldn't get them.
Thousands of dollars just to see you.
Iowa Free Thinker with the $20 super chat. That's 2 entries.
Double entry right there. Ooh, look at that.
Yeah. Love that.
Brian says didn't even see those fists of fury.
Yeah, dude, sneak up on your ass.
And the monkey's going to throw some shit.
Your boy's got squabbles. Did Zach even move?
It was that fast, my grips.
I didn't see it. Yeah, dude. I have been doing a little bit more studying, a little bit more research on the whole chimp, ape, monkey in captivity, and I feel nothing but more confident about the whole situation, to be honest.
Okay.
Still, the logistics of finding an attainable chimp to fight has been, it's just not happening.
Yeah.
It just seems like a unclimbable mountain.
Yeah.
Every zookeeper you call keeps saying no.
We've got to get a zookeeper on here under the lure of just wanting to learn more about animals and then just proposition him for a fight.
Yeah.
Brian Middleton with the 10 gifted. Brother, the
double entry.
The gifteds are broken. I want you to get credit for your entry. So the super chat, the equivalent to 10 gifted would be a $20 super chat, $19.99, however you want to look at that. I wouldn't discourage you from a penny.
Jason says, I do apartment maintenance for a living, but am an amateur blacksmith and shiner. More experience as a blacksmith than a shiner.
Okay.
Nice.
That's cool.
Nice. I built a small forge at one point and made a knife. It was pretty damn cool.
May thy knife chip and shatter. Do you know what that's a reference from?
No, not
Dune.
Dune. Adam with the Dune reference. He got it.
Yeah, but throw anything Dune at me.
Dude, I've been
Dune
eating.
is your
I've been
jam,
eating.
I love
it's
Dune.
a little ridiculous how much Dune content I've been consuming.
I watched 2 nights ago. I
Brian
watched
Middleton
1 and
with
2
a
in the
double
same
entry
evening.
Again.
That just seems like
It's like 7 hours, I
It's
think.
just like a nice afternoon.
Yeah.
Honestly.
$20 super chat. Thank you, sir.
Heck yeah.
Brian, that's 2
Let's
gifteds
go.
for sure.
Get some fireworks.
When the gifteds don't go through, YouTube sends you your money back. They're not going through right now because they're not getting doled out. They're broken for whatever reason. I like those 2 late pops. On the
It keeps
fireworks
going.
Animation.
Like, I'm pausing it.
Oh, it's still going.
It'll go for 20 seconds, 30 seconds.
Really?
Yeah, I think there's more even.
Brian James just ordered my first still. Been waiting and watching for a few years. Finally pulled the trigger.
Hell yeah, Brian.
Nice.
What'd you get, brother?
Nice. Well, I think I can do a little tour of the still with the jar cam.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, whip it out.
Okay.
Let's get it.
let's
Let's
do
blow
that.
up the jar cam.
Let's do that.
What happens if he turns it sideways?
Don't know. Let's see what happens.
How's that work?
Oh, I love it.
Love that.
Look at that.
All right, so we're going to start over here with the pot, the 20-gallon pot. You got a thermometer, of course. Got a copper Stilco badge, of course. The 1.5-inch drain port with the valve. This valve is a locking valve, so you can open it and lock it to a quarter way open or all the way open. We got the 2-inch electric port. Ribbed for strength and beauty. Got a 6-inch cap. That makes it a lot easier to get in there and clean it out. Got a thermometer also up in the cap so you can watch the temperature of your vapor. Got the pressure relief valve and the vacuum relief valve, which is important, especially when you run a thumper, to have a vacuum relief valve. Just in case you forget to break one of these joints when you turn off the heat so that you don't collapse your still. Got the line arm there with the 1.5-inch tri-clamp. Down into the thumper with the 4-inch fruit port to fill your thumper and clean it out. Thumper also has a thermometer and a 1-inch drain valve.
Win song
This
with the
is-
entry for Raptor Ranch over there. $10 super chat.
Nice. We've got 1-inch copper lines all the way to the worm. 15 feet of 1/2 inch copper in that worm.
Wow.
Also, nice little touch. The worm is welded the first couple of points. That just helps keep it straight and square and true. You also have the outlet on the worm has an adjustable piece, so you can tilt this down and back. You can put it to the other side, depending on your space, how you're running things. So
Pin that copper steel co.
there it is. How far do I have to go back? Look at that beauty right there.
Pretty far back, buddy. I think it's because of the zoom, but I wouldn't mess with the zoom.
She's a beaut, Clark.
Yeah. I just learned just now through that little experience, I'm not a good cameraman. Like, I was kind of all over the
You
place.
did fine.
with that.
I think you're even being a little harsh on yourself
I
there.
was kind of all over the place. That's all right.
Shout out to Copper Steel Co. in the chat. You guys go over there and give him a subscribe. If you're on TikTok, go to just search Copper Steel Co. He'll pop up. And yeah, you guys go give him a follow and keep up with him. And they put a lot of content out, especially on TikTok. I'm less familiar with the YouTube side of things. I think they do a little less over there than they do on TikTok. But he's all the time. He's posting videos of
Love watching him live.
stills that are coming off. He does lives where he's making them. His wife's polishing them. She's working
Putting
on
them
parts.
together.
Yeah, putting them together. Yeah, they're a good team over there. So go over there and get familiar with those fine folks and get to know your still builder a little bit better. They make beautiful stuff, which you guys have already observed.
Oh, I didn't even see. Copper Steel Co.'s in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, nice. Nice. Good to see you in there. We've been bragging about you this whole time.
We've been touting on you. Apparently, there's another AI photo of me. Oh, baby, that monkey is far too small, but that is a fantastic photo there.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that is outstanding.
What?
That is outstanding.
Hang on, let me pull that up for everybody. What?
That is great.
That is
Dude.
awesome. I love it.
Oh, that's really cool.
Oh, we got to save that. That's gonna be a thumbnail on something.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
I'd be palming his little noggin like a
I'm
basketball.
gonna make that your thumbnail on the TikTok live.
There you go.
Right.
He's got some canines though. Look at those teeth. If he really got up there around the neck area,
It'd be trouble for you.
it'd be a problem. I could keep him around. I mean, he's just the size is just insane. The difference.
He has no shot. He's too little.
You just go into it and you're like, you know what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to be scared of anything that is 18% of my body weight.
Yeah, I
That's
get
what I'm
that.
not gonna do.
I get that.
Yeah.
I get that.
I'm going to go in there, duke it out, fight the good fight, whatever happens. It gets the best of me, it happens. But if you're scared of them,
Yeah,
then you're done before it even ever started.
that's right. That's right.
Hagar with the $20 super chat.
hell
Thank
yeah.
you, brother.
The Chadmiral has a question. Did you preload the thumper with anything for this run?
Yes, sir.
We just put some more of the red, white, and blue mash in there, and just to speed things up a little bit, we preheated it so the mash was very warm when we put it in the thumper. Because when you're running a thumper, you will have heat up time for that thumper, and so it extends the time between when you start the run and when you actually start dripping into the jar. So if you can preheat whatever goes into the thumper, that reduces some of that time. Jar number 10 comes off at 156.
I'm gonna be all over you like a spider monkey. Today we went down and threw Uncle Chip's war medals off the bridge.
Oh man.
I cried until I pissed myself. That's such a great movie, dude.
Which movie are you talking about?
Talladega Nights.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Ever seen it?
Never seen it.
Whoa!
lots of
No,
clips,
not gonna
lots of
glaze
clips.
over that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Have you seen Step Brothers?
I think we started watching Step Brothers and didn't finish. It's pretty tough. Mama
Yeah.
cannot handle those kinds of movies.
I get it.
And so
I get it.
we usually get a quarter of the way and it's like,
You've had enough. I get it.
Listen,
For
man.
sure.
yeah.
At some point, and I
This
get
is
it.
serious. You had to take off your hat for this conversation.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't want to. I'm just. Listen, man. You know. One of my best friends, and I don't like the fact that you're going through life not seeing some of these films.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't like it.
right.
Yeah, all right.
Moving forward.
Pressing forward. Here we go. Another
A
20.
steel
I
drummer
would-
with the
because
20.
of-
That's 2 entries.
Because of the clips, I would like to see Talladega Nights.
Oh,
I
dude,
just
it's
haven't
hilarious.
seen it yet.
Such a great movie.
I think you should see it
But I'm
once.
also afraid that, like, I've seen all the clips. Those
Yeah.
have got to be all the best parts.
Yeah.
No.
There's plenty.
You
There's
have to-
there's subtle things.
It's a work. It's
Brian, I've seen Blazing Saddles.
It's a work. It's a work of art, and you need to. It's like Willie Nelson's "Redheaded Stranger" album, a story album. It can't fully be appreciated until you've listened to the whole thing, start to
Chronologically
finish.
correct.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Steel Drum with the double entry, $20 super chat. Thank you.
I don't know that you should compare Will Ferrell and Willie Nelson.
I think that you can, due to a couple different aspects of the appreciation of their art by their fans.
Okay.
And also, if you just took out of context Step Brothers clips and not understanding what had happened before them, you're not going to get the whole dynamic of Derek.
Sure, yeah.
You know?
I get that.
Hit me in the face.
Yeah. You have
you're
to
not
know
gonna
who he
understand
is as a character.
Yeah.
Yep.
Brian Middleton, I have seen Blazing Saddles. Also, Blazing Saddles is a movie that cannot be made today.
Blazing Saddles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Riding in a
What?
wampin'. A wampin' and a riding. It's a great movie.
Are we best friends now? That's Step Brothers. Right?
Rock Ridge. Yeah, a lot of those quotes you can't even say out loud.
Yeah.
They're, you can't even, you can't say them.
Yeah.
Tyler, we have not done any numbers yet. We haven't done the wheel at all yet. Maybe we could draw a couple.
Yeah, we could do that.
Do a couple draws on the wheel.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like
do
it.
What was
like
I remember you called an audible earlier about the light, but I don't remember what you said we were
So,
doing.
in lieu of just drawing 4 names and being done, we're going to draw 5 names, and then we're going to spin a wheel of 5 names, and the first person that hits is off the wheel, not in it for the still, but they do get the light.
So
It's like a consolation prize.
He calls it a consolation prize. What it is
A glimmer of
false hope.
A glimmer of
Okay.
hope.
And then we rip the
Yeah.
hope away from one person.
Yeah, but we do
Okay.
also give you a light.
And you get a light
Okay.
So it's like,
for us
So,
doing that too.
one, we weren't ever even gonna draw you to begin with because we're
Right.
gonna draw 5 names now as opposed to 4.
Right.
Yeah, so were you ever going to be on the wheel
That's
anyway?
true. That's true.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Well, there's
Who
only
knows?
30
I guess it's
some
only
odd.
really for the 5th person that's drawn.
So, okay.
Not really. You don't know for sure.
That's true. You don't know.
Okay.
Also, you can be on the wheel multiple times this month. So
Yeah, that's
each
true.
week, you can be on the wheel multiple times. If you get randomly picked, you may be on there 4 times for all I know, depending on how many entries you had. And next week, you're gonna still be, able to be on the wheel. So it's working a little bit different. You can have multiple entries from multiple weeks, if that makes sense.
Right. Yeah. So your odds can be really good this month. Really good. I like it.
I say
So-
we spin that thing.
Okay. So I've
Scott
got.
Bryant says, I was watching a Monty Python documentary when I started talking about the peasants on the channel. So that's pretty funny. So some movie reference that turned into now when we go live in the morning.
Doesn't work as well as coconuts.
Open with everyone. We talk about the peasants.
Your father smelled of elderberry.
Let's see. Where is it?
Neil says, I want the light and I'll get on the wheel next week. So wouldn't even be hurt by it.
Dude,
Nice.
I'm down for
Nice.
whatever. I just
Motor
want
City
to
says, I
feel
want the
out."
light. That's funny.
All right.
You already have one, don't you? Like you didn't make yourself one?
Can you? Oh, hey, can you get on the Still in the Clear orders form from your phone? Oh no, your phone's on the jar cam. Never mind. Sorry. Go ahead. Spin that
I
thing,
can- I can-
cuzzo.
So I want to say this really quick. So this is just an issue with the way the wheel is coded. You guys can make out the numbers that are on the screen. What happens is a random number generator runs in the background. The image on the screen is just there to look pretty. So like the little dot at the top of the wheel might land on a number and then you get a pop-up of a different number. The wheel is just there for pretty, okay? Like the real random number generation is what pops up on the screen.
I think it's rigged.
Well, I'm just saying you're gonna see two different numbers.
I'm gonna bolster the fires of the chat.
Yeah, so
it may be rigged. I don't know.
It's not rigged. There's a random number generation happening. It's just happening in the background. This is just there for pretty. So
Mr. All Day says, so my order is not on the wheel.
Daniel Stevens, we are giving away a 20-gallon copper Stilco. It's they're behind us. And
here,
is that foreground, background?
Let me show him that. Now you guys do that again. There you go.
What we're doing is we're drawing 4 people each week. Actually, this week we're going to order 5, and we're going to instantly dash someone's hopes by taking them off the wheel and giving them this light. So let's take 2 numbers off.
Okay. So I'm going to spin the wheel,
Copper
correct?
Stilco says, I'm out and about with the family, still running around with our heads cut off, having just got here.
Understandable.
So I'm in and out here. Can't really keep up with the live chat. Hope everyone's having a good one. Well, we're glad you get to pop in when you can. That's awesome, and certainly understand you've just moved clear across the country, and it's a bit crazy right now. Get it. So you can jump in next week. We'll be doing the same thing again.
Brian Middleton says, come on, 8827. He's got his order numbers pulled up.
His number ready.
He knows if it's him, and now we do too. So let's spin the wheel a couple times.
All right, we're going to spin it. Let's see. We'll go back.
Mud Grips, we'll try to get the light on there tomorrow, but it could be next week. We won't get it on there tomorrow because we're going to be gone. So
all right.
Soon.
Spin.
Mud Grips, it'll probably be Monday, and it'll probably be announced during the morning live. So channel members will get first dibs on it.
All right, we got 8891. Are you writing those down? I don't have anything to write with.
I can write them down.
Here's my problem. Write them down. I'll go look them up.
Okay. 8891.
Hawk Spirit Weaver. Is that him? Is that your order? Steel drum,
Let me
smokers,
do
barbecue,
this.
dash. That be me. Okay, well, good deal, man.
Nice.
You're in it. For now.
Whoop, for the moment.
All right, we're doing it again.
Do it. Rip a shot. Hum, babe.
This morning's grain order, he says.
8898.
Nice. Placed an order this morning, got called tonight.
Love
That's
that.
awesome.
Love that.
Just 2?
What do we think?
Yeah, let's just do 2, and then we'll do 3 more here in a little bit.
Winsong doing a $10 super chat for Daniel Stevens.
Oh, nice. Winsong putting Bennett in the race.
Bennett needs it too, man. He got hosed. He can, well, I'll leave it at that.
Yep.
First, I braised the chicken with a basil marmalade. What are we talking? GTD, what are you talking about? You giving chicken recipes in the chat? That came out of left field, brother.
That sounds familiar. What is that?
Maybe it's a movie quote.
Yeah, it has to be.
Tyler Shehorn says,
maybe it is from Talladega Nights.
Yeah.
Sorry,
guys, I have a stuck sugar corn mash. pH was low. It's almost 5 now with oyster. So 5 is not too low.
pH is good.
pH is fine. Or it's 5 now with oyster. And it's still stuck, I assume. So you could have a nutrient issue. Depends on exactly what you used for the recipe. You could use some yeast nutrient or yeast energizer to get that going.
David Edmonds with the $10 super chat. Thank you, brother. That's an entry.
Whoop, whoop. There you go, David. It's unlikely, but this time of year, depending on where you are, but temperature might be an issue, so double check that.
It's true.
Could also be if you're brand new at this and you're not sure about how sugar washes work and all that. If you put too much sugar in it and the yeast you use doesn't have the ability to consume all the sugar because of its alcohol tolerance, that could also be an issue.
Temp is 74.
Temp's fine. And
also, it just could be that your pH did get too low, right? And you denatured your yeast, and now you're fine. You're at a normal pH, and so maybe you just need to repitch some yeast. That would be my best bet. If your temperature's good, I don't know. Also, and he may have covered this, but if you're, if you had way too much sugar to begin with, that can be what causes your pH to crash. If that's the case, and your yeast metabolized most of that sugar, you could be at a point, depending on how much sugar you started with in your 5 gallon, that you have already exceeded the upper threshold of your yeast's alcohol tolerance. So depending on the type of yeast you use, most of them are going to die out around 14%. Some of them, EC1118 for example, will get you up to 18%. So you could already be, above where your yeast is going to work. But that's a rare scenario, but it does kind of fall in line with your pH crash issue.
What was that donation up there? So we've already scrolled past it.
David Edmonds?
David Edmonds with the entry with a $10 super chat.
I think you're calling it.
Free Thinker
we got that
with a $20 super chat. That's a double entry.
My application for TikTok comments is being really screwy tonight, so it's popping in old messages and stuff for you guys.
So it's damming them up and then opening the floodgates.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
TikTok is a weird little beast.
It is.
Tyler says 10 gallon, 18 pounds of corn, and 20 pounds of sugar.
Ooh, that's a lot.
Yeah, I don't know if
5 gallons is what he said, right?
It says 10 gallons.
Oh shit.
18 pounds corn, 20 pounds of sugar. So that's not too much sugar,
not too
assuming
much.
you didn't convert any of that corn, which I'm assuming you didn't.
Daniel agreed, brother.
Does anyone else like the chewy whoppers? I don't know what a chewy whopper is.
I don't know that I've ever had one.
I've not had a
Completely
chewy
honest with the
Whopper.
room,
They do that?
I've always had just a little crunchy bowl.
Yeah. It's
like the
a Whopper is a
malt
malted milk
candies.
ball, right?
Yeah.
Which honestly, I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion. I could take them or leave them.
Don't like those, but what I do like is if you go to Brahms or another reputable malt serving establishment, you get whatever it is. Say for me, it's a chocolate malt, and you order with extra malt.
Really?
You have to do that.
Didn't know that was even a thing.
Yeah, and they'll put extra malt in there, and it's the
What
craziest
is
thing.
malt?
Well, it's like a super high glycemic index sweetener. It's higher than table sugar.
Love that.
I mean, aren't we dealing with malt in here?
We use malts every day.
Yeah.
It's the same
It's
as
the
in
same
like a.
stuff.
Okay.
It's extremely glycemic sugar, basically.
I love that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna bookmark that for later.
Yep. Very tasty.
Jason Strong with the $9.99 super chat.
Oh,
Nice.
There it
There's an entry.
is.
Entry
Oh,
left and
sorry.
right.
There it is.
Left, right.
Cyrus needs a drink. All right.
Asking you shall receive, brother.
It is done.
Mud grips, whoppers, malted milk balls.
250 thou. Don't want to hang on to that one. It's an IOU. That's a Lamborghini.
Malt is barley sugar. Festival
Oh,
they say.
okay.
Barley sugar, huh?
It's interesting.
Knowledge is power. I can't wait to move to Arkansas. You're gonna love it, brother. Ooh,
Whoa.
ouch with the $40. That's a big boy. That's a big boy.
Buddy.
4
Guy.
entries right
Big boy.
there.
I ain't pocket watching or nothing, but I'm trying to. Could I get like Clinton? Could a brother get like Clinton?
Yeah.
Adam
man.
says that hat makes you look like Ringo from Tombstone.
I'll be a Huckleberry.
Truck and Shiner, where are you moving to? I saw you're coming to Arkansas. Are you coming out west or what?
Arias Esquihadris.
Truck and Shiner's going to teach us how to make shine. Well, come on, brother.
Please do.
We would love to learn.
This is kind of embarrassing, and I don't know why I'm sharing it with everyone, but I feel a little compelled since the movie has been brought up. But at one point, I had all of the Latin from that scene remembered. Like I was young, dude. I was like
From what?
from Tombstone, where Doc Holliday and Ringo are in the bar and they're talking Latin to each other.
Okay, yeah.
I had that all memorized at one point when I was like 15 or 16 because I just thought it was so cool. I was just like. Also, I think that was another one of those DVDs that got stuck in our DVD player, and so it's all I could watch for like
Right.
15, 16 days, something like that.
Nice.
I couldn't do it now. I could get
What?
close.
You can't do it now?
I could probably get close.
I mean, I'd
have to study
I learned
for-
the Budweiser label when I was 20. I could still recite it.
Tyler Shehorn, thank you for the 5 gifted, and that's an entry if they go through. The problem is they're not going to go through, and you're probably just going to get refunded your money. So the super chats, while you're seeing everyone do the super chats, is the way we're doing those now. If for whatever reason it does go through and we do get them, we will count your entry. But I would encourage you to do the super chats if you're trying to get an entry, because they're the gifteds. I don't know. We got something going on with them. YouTube's trying to hold us down. YouTube hates
They're
us.
holding us back.
They hate us.
We're being held down by the man.
I'd hate us too.
Tyler, tonight we're running a red, white, and blue mash. So we used Bloody Butcher. We used a blue hybrid, and we used. Did we use Truckers or Hickory King?
We use Hickory King.
Hickory King. And that's our mash for tonight.
Tyler
There's another
Shehorn,
entry.
$10 super chat. Thank you, brother. That's an entry. Yeah, the gifteds are wonky, brother. I'm sorry about that. It seems like there's not really anything we can do about that. I don't know. Maybe we just continue complaining to YouTube and just.
Well, I mean, I can't. You can't complain to
There's
you.
no one to talk to.
There's no one. You can't even send them an email. It's crazy.
That's wild.
Yeah.
They'll contact us.
Yeah.
Dank asks, how do I enter to win the still? Well, brother, it's pretty easy. Tyler Shehorn up there got an entry above you, sent a $10 super chat. Or you can go to stillnuclear.com and make any purchase. That's a single entry. If you buy some grains or you buy an ingredients kit, those are, I don't know if we talk about this enough. We have ingredients kits on Still Nuclear, the website. You can go look at those. And they're shine recipes. So there's the super simple, the beginner bourbon, the wheated whiskey, the rye bourbon, the George Washington rye, the American malt whiskey, and the, I'm missing one.
Wheat whiskey?
I got that.
The super simple, the beginner bourbon, the wheat whiskey, the rye whiskey, the George Washington rye, the wheat whiskey, the American malt.
Okay, maybe I could, I don't know.
7 of them.
We'll rewatch the tape on that later, but
They're pre-measured, they're pre-ground,
yeast,
everything you need except
enzymes,
water and the
wood,
equipment.
everything from the start of your ferment all the way through distillation and even into aging. So, yeah. Boats and Hose, $2. It's not. I do appreciate the $2 super chat, but it's not. It's not an entry.
It's just thanks for the $2, man.
Daniel Stevens with the double entry there, the 1999 super chat. Yeah.
Winsong's the greatest.
I'd like to see Daniel get on the board.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Winsong is the greatest.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, these entries that are going on right now, obviously because I don't have a computer in front of me, I'm not typing. Those are all going to be on the
All
wheel
for next week.
For next week. Collector Rick asked, did I win yet?
Yep.
Not yet, brother.
But you were not here to answer the call, so
yeah.
we had to move on.
You got to be present to win, brother. It's the only problem. We've talked about it, different ways to do it, but you got to be here to win. So we did call your name. You didn't respond, and we've moved on. What's done is done. Let's take a couple more names.
All right, let's do.
Let's take 2 more numbers. We'll have 1 more.
All right, let's do it that way. We'll get 3 more.
What were you thinking?
I'm thinking we get
I
2
saw a little
more.
twinkle in that eye over
Yeah,
there.
we get 2 more,
Okay.
and then at the break we get another one.
During the break?
After the break.
Oh, okay,
We get
okay.
another one.
And then we'll write them down and put
And
them on the
then-
wheel and start ripping
Yeah,
them off
yeah.
there?
Just before we leave for the night, we will crush someone's dreams
Not entirely, though.
by
There's a
saying you don't get a $2,000 still,
You do get a nice light, though.
but here's your light.
How about a nice light? Yeah, that would... All right, so that was our last
there it
number,
is.
right? No, that was the.
Oh,
This is the last number. I've already written this one down.
All right.
So we're ready for
Spin
a
that
roll?
wheel.
Okay.
Check the jar while spinning the wheel. Clinton is a man.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for the warning. Sons of guns. Look at them. Here's your sign.
8,
88, 86.
8, 6. One more.
One more. I think we should.
Yeah, Daniel, it's a light. It's a night light for you. You plug it in right next to your bed so you can see the still in the clear light every night. And then when you wake up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, it lights your way.
Doubles as a dream catcher. Should we just take this other name off now? That way when we do go to break, I can just go back there and have all of them?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Do it. All right.
Okay, sure.
Why you guys asked me?
C to go pee 5 times a night is right.
Hey!
Bennett, I hear you, brother. I hear you.
Glad to see one of those 1000s.
Because I know the list is just right
It's just right here, yep.
Oh,
yeah,
baby!
What a pick.
Oh my God! I can just say so. Anytime you see a 1000 series number, that means that's someone in the chat that's gifted a membership or sent a super chat, and I'm not gonna give it away because I want it to be a surprise to everybody at the same time. But I'm very happy this name got picked.
Awesome.
Do with that information as you will. I'm sure that there could be some speculation, but Hawk Spirit Weaver is for sure in there. He mentioned earlier he was one of the first orders,
right.
so yeah, this would be pretty cool. See who's gonna.
Whiskey Rebel says, "How many did you draw? Just got home from work. We've drawn 5, and here in a little while, we're gonna eliminate one of those 5, so that we'll have 4 to add at the end of the month to the final drawing of 20 lucky people."
Dum dum dum.
Fester All Day says, "I looked up the randomizer. It does not have the ability to be rigged,
We don't know that.
but it runs off of JavaScript, which is super vulnerable to
Fester, appreciate you looking into that. This is just a mixture of HTML, CSS code that was written several months ago. We plug in an Excel file every time we do a drawing, and it's run locally from my machine. So this is our program that we run. It's not vulnerable in that case.
You just got Adam. You think our show producer is gonna be subject to compromise or
be putting us into vulnerable
cyber attacks?
No,
Hey, listen. If you're a Russian cyber terrorist, good luck, bud.
I have tried. I spent an hour on it trying to make the spinny wheel show the same number that popped up on the screen, and it just does not happen. But the code on the back end looks good for that, so we feel okay with it.
Sir Dig Dug, I'm rooting for you, brother. I don't know if you're in here, but if you are, I'm rooting for you, man.
Someone please explain how to enter to me like I'm 4. Okay, Dank, like you're 4. There's a website called stillintheclear.com. You can go there. There's a shop. You can make any purchase on that website, and that's an entry. If that purchase is grains or ingredients kits, that's a double entry. If you do a $10 super chat live right now, that's an entry. So there you go, bub.
Brian James says,
all the help I can give you.
Hey, will you pin Brian's comment for me real quick?
Yeah. Wait, that one?
Yep. Brian says it's an $800 to $1,000 still. Some of y'all a little too serious. Well, okay, Brian.
Well, that's wrong.
Well, hold on. Maybe he could be right.
He could be right. Okay.
Hey, Adam, can we do a little web search real quick?
Sure. What's the deal?
Yeah, let's go to Copper Steel Co.'s website real quick.
Okay.
I looked it up because I could see it running off your C drive.
Ioway Free Thinker, double entry.
Web search. Okay, what do we do?
All right, let's go to shop.
Okay, shop.
Go to shop, and then let's go to
Distiller sets.
Distiller sets.
20-gallon distiller set.
Look at that big chucks.
Is it?
Moonshine or Chuck?
Scroll down. You're almost
Keep
there.
going.
20 gallon. Right
20 gallon.
See what the price point is on that. A little bit more than $800.
A little bit more than $800.
Well, some would say more than double that.
Yeah. Well, there's all the specs too. If you're interested,
Oh, that's cool.
go check that beauty out right
Look at
there.
that thing. 22 gauge copper. Never heard of
I mean,
that.
honestly, it's probably a $3,800 still, but you can get it for $2,000.
It is kind of crazy when you start to think about like how much time they spend on these
Yeah.
and how much
Yeah.
cost they have in materials, what they actually sell them for.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can back out of that.
Okay.
Brian says I was literally wondering, honestly. Wow. No, we're just joshing around, brother. We don't. If you're new here, we
Are
don't
we
take
ever
anything
serious?
very serious at all. But no, it was cool to go over to the website and pull that up, though.
Did we get Iowa Freethinkers donation?
Yeah, I think I did. Double donation there. A little double entry, I should say, rather.
Back Porch is jumping in just for a minute while he's on break. Got to get these ferment kits delivered to the people. That's right.
Nice.
What does he do?
Delivery guy, I guess.
Ferment kits, though.
Kevin, what you doing, man?
Yeah. That's pretty cool. Yeah, just busting little balls. Just breaking balls.
Apparently there's
Oh,
a,
FedEx. Yeah.
Daniel says I should be serious every now and then.
This channel is called Still in the Clear. Of course we take it seriously. We're serious about one thing and one thing only. Red, white, and blue American pride, as you guys can see, and making high quality moonshine for family and friends to enjoy. Can we pull up the video of Zach on MeWe Clinton posted?
let's
Oh,
see.
Hold on.
An AI
Don't
video?
don't go over there. Hold on.
No, we're gonna. Just don't even worry about it. We're gonna.
Oh, it's an AI video. Okay, yeah, you can go watch that one.
You were like, wait, what video?
Good Lord.
Hang on, let me try and get it pulled up here.
Golly.
What? Hang on.
Can they watch that with the sound?
I
So Daniel
think so.
is going to Hillbilly Jam this year.
I think they can watch it with sound. Yeah.
Pull it up.
Yeah, let's do that.
Some of the stuff in that may be a little controversial. But
Let me
don't
scrub through real quick.
Yeah, just give it a. I will only watch like 5 seconds of it. Just watch the whole.
Oh
thing.
no, that we're good.
Are we good?
We're good.
Okay.
Oh, no.
I want to make sure they can hear it though. Let's see.
No, the problem is you're not going to be able to hear it, but that's fine.
No, we can. We can.
we can?
I'll make sure you can hear it.
Okay.
Let's see. So browser is going to be right.
Jed was relaxing.
Yeah. Okay. Hang on. Here we go.
Jed was relaxing when an alarm jolted him. He quickly mounted his armored warbear. With a swig of shine, Jed charged into battle. Exhausted but triumphant, Jed returned home. Jed was relaxing when an alarm jolted him.
I like that you're Jed.
Dude,
He quickly mounted his armored warbear.
Jed's honestly
Hey,
kind
it
of
looks like a badass.
Jed's kind of
With a
badass.
swig
Jed's
of
pretty
shine,
cool.
Jed charged into battle.
Look at that.
That's awesome.
Look at that.
Exhausted but
ammo
triumphant,
belt they got on
Jed
there.
returned home.
It's a nice little homestead too.
Jed was relaxed.
Pretty sick. Pretty sick. You guys are getting creative with them.
Clinton says names were changed to protect the innocent. Innocent in quotes.
The mason jar turned into a candle.
Man.
Well, the battle was over.
It still gets like hands funky a
Yeah.
little bit, but it's getting better.
It is.
It's kind of cool to see AI evolving.
Ah,
like
man.
they can't really get hands right, and now they're kind of getting them right.
Those,
But then, like, some stuff's like shape shifting.
You were talking about them earlier, like the Sasquatch ones. All of
Yeah.
those are done on like this new one from Google called VO.
VO
And
3.
yes, I can't believe how good those are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
That was really good,
a-
Clinton.
That was
Thank
a
you.
funny
That was
video.
fun.
Man. Talented.
Daniel Eaton joined the channel, looks
Nice.
Welcome to Stillhand, brother.
Welcome to the channel. We go live every morning at 8:30 Central Standard Time for members only, other than Thursday and Saturday. So be ready in the morning. We go live for about 30 minutes. We're just sipping coffee, talking shit. We talk a lot of behind the scenes stuff, what's going on, stuff like that. It's for members only. So yeah, glad you joined us.
Yep. I still haven't followed through on my promise to be mean to your Chat GPT.
Well, I know why you have it.
I'm a little okay. Go ahead.
It'd be a real problem.
Yeah, I'm honestly a little fearful of it. I think it's smart enough to do.
We're friends, and then
Yeah.
you don't want to end our friendship.
Yeah.
So
Well, also just from a capability standpoint, like I know if it's smart enough to do half the shit that we have it do throughout the course of a week, that it's probably smart enough to realize, like, hey,
this is not Cyrus.
this is
Who are you?
this seems weird. Maybe I should start looking into the people that are closest to him.
Mudgrip says, "Keep it up, people." That's exactly how Skynet evolved. Yeah, I mean,
It's true.
Mudgrips, I'm not sure you're wrong, honestly, but I know this: there is no stopping it. The cat is out of the bag, and or the genie is out of the bottle. Might be a more accurate reference there. So
The spirit has left the jar. So
might
to
as
speak.
well just enjoy it, and then when it all goes to shit, just grab some popcorn and watch it happen.
Yeah. Daniel Stevens says,
that's my
we're
plan.
friends. We're not. Maybe you're talking to someone else in the chat.
Brian James says, right before Pat McAfee's show, perfect, because I finally bought the still, watched a couple videos of y'all's, happened to see the live, glad I clicked.
Shout out
You're
to Pat
Brian.
McAfee. Guy's a legend. Maybe the best punter in the history of the NFL.
Great punter.
Not just in terms of like, not in terms of stats or anything, but just like, what a bro. Pat McAfee's the man.
Trickster's on the ball with the jar check. Thank you, sir.
Amish Blue is the best popcorn, really. By popcorn, do you mean liquid in a jar? Or are you actually eating? Are we? Wow, we're at, okay, I have a little bit. That's a lot of jars to keep up with. Burnt, how are you, brother? Thank you for the heart me. Thank you for the diamond. Real Amish popcorn, okay. I wish I had that like closer proximity. That's probably a long drive for me, but we don't have a large Amish population around here, really.
Go up to Southwest Missouri.
Southwest Missouri, full of them, right?
Yep.
I always wondered what it would be like to like grow up Amish. Like I think they're getting into a fair amount of like hooliganism.
I think so.
There's some tomfoolery up there.
There's
going
some
on.
mischief.
Yeah. I see those videos of like cops interacting with Amish people that are hammered. And I'm like, it just reminds me like, oh, they're us. They're like one of us. They're just a little bit more to themselves maybe.
Yeah.
I saw a video the other day of like one in a horse and buggy whipping out in front of a cop, sparks just flying off the wheels, drifting a wagon, carrying a wagon
Nice.
around him. I was like,
Love that.
dude, that's like,
Love that.
was it the Tokyo Drift? Bum, 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 bum. Started like playing in my head. I was like, man, that's sick, dude. That guy's just hammered,
Yeah.
just running them horses.
Yep.
Also, I'm not 100% sure. Well, maybe state statute depending, but like in Arkansas, you're not getting a DUI on a horse and buggy situation. Motorized vehicle on a state maintained road is kind of the foundation.
Oh,
for that.
really?
Yeah.
So
Golf cart, you're getting one.
I was about to say bicycle.
Bicycle, no.
Clinton says, wherever human exists, mischief is also present.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good point.
I'm not impervious to the thought that like no one's perfect.
Nobody's nerfed.
But it's funny to see if people that are like pretty as a whole, like pretty tight, you know, like really by the book kind of, you know, folks.
Yep.
And then every now and then when you see one of those go off the rails and you're like, oh yeah, he's hammered. That's awesome. Sick.
Jar number 13 came in at 150. So we are, what is that? We're over a gallon and a half in. So, not bad.
Yeah.
Mud Grips, who has
Coming up on
answered
two.
the proof correctly multiple times tonight, also correctly guessed that one.
Nice. Winsong says, we live somewhat like the Amish. Don't ever want to do it again. Yeah, there's a reason why Amish people have a lot of children.
Need some
Because
hands.
when you get older, like, you're done with that shit.
Yeah.
You don't want to keep doing it. Yeah.
Send Jebediah 1 through 8 out into the field.
Right, exactly.
In my
exactly.
stead. And also, that's like all it's not like they're moving off and getting like telecommunications jobs. You know, they're like, that's like the work they have is just like working around the place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to think if I was an Amish, like if I grew up kind of that way, that maybe I would have found a niche in like cheese making or something like that.
KRB says, y'all remember the Amish Mafia show?
I do remember that.
I watched a couple episodes of that, and honestly, it just seemed made up to me. I don't
Yeah.
know if that was
Yeah.
real or not.
I don't know if I was buying into all that
Yeah, yeah.
mumbo jumbo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that was real.
I think that was just maybe, but also like what a niche show if it was just completely fabricated.
Yeah.
Like where did they come up with that? Who would have even thought of it?
Brian James is still talking about the popcorn, saying, I bet it would make sweet whiskey. They sell 25-pound sacks.
Sweet whiskey.
Hell yeah.
Well, we are coming up here close to the top of the hour, and I've got to go pull these order numbers and names so we can get them on the wheel. So here's what we're going to do. Take a quick little break, little word from the sponsors, the fine folks over at Copper Still Co. that are sponsoring the month of July and are giving one of these 20-gallon stills away to one of you. So what you can do during this break is stick around, watch a little word about them. Maybe, I don't know. You know, I'm just kind of talking out loud here, but why don't we just grab a fresh refreshment and, you know, maybe, again, some of you guys, I believe Daniel mentioned he pees 5 to 9 times in a night. So go relieve those bladders, and then you're going to get to see a little segment that we filmed before the show started today. But stay tuned, and we will be right back.
Baby, I'm so in love with you. Ooh.
Hand cut copper, a torch's flame, built to last. I ain't one the same. Rolling that sheet, bending that steel, every still got a story to tell. The proof's in the still, give it a go. You can't go wrong. Copper Still Co.
All right, first live stream of July, and
It's a big one.
we did it again.
Literally.
Yeah.
We did it again.
Giving away another still. This will be 8 stills so far this year we're giving away. Thanks to the fine folks over at Copper Still Co. doing this promotion with us, allowing us to give away one of their 20-gallon distiller sets. Look at this beauty. What? Yeah, it could be yours. Could be yours. We're giving it away the last Thursday of July, July 31st, and it's going to be awesome. How do they enter to win this thing?
It's pretty simple. All they got to do is whether you're in chat in one of the lives and open lives throughout the week or a live on Thursday night, all you got to do is send a $9.99 super chat or 5 gifted memberships. Those are each entries. Also, you go to stillandclear.com. Make any purchase. We don't care if it's a hydrometer or oak staves, grains, whatever. If you buy a grain kit or an ingredient kit, it's going to be a double entry. So you're going to get 2 entries there. And then everything else is single entry.
Yeah.
So pretty simple. You don't have to fill out any paperwork. There's no laborious process to enter. All you got to do is make a purchase or send a super chat or the 5 gifted members. It's open to U.S. residents only, so be mindful of that. Yeah, super stoked to be giving this thing away.
Yeah, this is a great still. Tonight we're running the red, white, and blue.
America.
Our little celebration.
America's birthday. We're pulling out all the stops.
Right on. So little red, white, and blue corn mash going in today. And, we're doing the drawing a little different this month too. It's kind of like
that's true.
what would you call this? Like a reverse round robin? Like what would this be that we're
I
doing?
guess so. It's a week by week thing. So we're taking them, for the first week up until tonight. We're taking all those entries. We're going to put them in the wheel, and we're going to rip 4 out of there. And so if you're one of those lucky 4 that gets called, you're going to be on the final wheel that where we're giving this thing away. If you don't get called, you know that, and you've got 3 other shots at trying to get on the wheel. And kind of easy from your guys' perspective. You guys will know if you're in it or not.
Yeah, so entries reset every week.
Every week.
We're drawing 4 more names every week. So there's a possibility you could be on the final wheel multiple times.
Yeah, you could be on there. Yeah.
Which would be like pretty good odds.
That'd be pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah, if you can get your name on there twice.
Yeah, because normally we don't allow people on the wheel more than once. But in this setup, if you get drawn for multiple weeks, you're going to be on there multiple times. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a game of chess.
So don't get all your entries in the first week. Space them out week to week to week. Get an entry every week.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder too, are we gonna what if someone gets called multiple times in a week?
I think if your number or your name gets called twice in the same week,
yeah, you're just on there.
You're just on there.
I like it.
It's the advantage of multiple entries, right?
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. So for the week-to-week basis, if you get drawn multiple times over multiple weeks or multiple times in a week, you're still on the wheel.
Yeah.
So I like that.
Love it.
So we're going to run this red, white, and blue mash today through the new maiden voyage on the old 20-gallon here.
Right on.
And I would say, too, the 20-gallon, probably a good still even for a beginner.
Yeah, if you have like a 55-gallon drum to ferment in,
yeah.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely, because you can get a lot. Obviously, your yield goes up.
Right.
And between 10 gallons and 20 gallons, you're talking about a few hours difference. So it's not a huge leap to go from 10 to 20.
Yeah.
Not like if you were going from 10 to 50 or something like that. But yeah, you could make a lot of good liquor with this. And we got these big 1-inch lines on here. So I think we're going to be able to run this thing pretty quick. We'll see.
Yeah.
Got 15 feet of copper coil in this condenser. So, this is going to be a good test run.
Time will tell. First run on the old 20-gallon copper Stilco here. We hope that you guys enjoy the live. Follow us along. Maybe we'll learn some stuff together. I don't know. First time running a new still, it's always like there's some kind of little quirk in there or something to tweak or figure out. But we hope you guys sit back and enjoy the show.
See you in a bit.
Hand-cut copper, a torch's flame, built to last, I ain't one the same. Rolling that sheet, bending that steel, every still got a story to tell, the proof's in the still, give it a go, you can't go wrong. Copper still cold.
And we're back. The names have been drawn. They have been looked up. You guys want to see the wheel?
Let's see the wheel.
Nah, come on. Let's wait a little bit.
Let's wait a little bit. That's what I meant to say.
Oh, okay. No, you're right. Let's look at it.
I thought you were asking
I do
me
want to
a
look
question.
at it. I do want to look at it. I was just joshing around. Just a little horseplay. Look at that.
Who do we got there? Evan.
Joe, tell me now.
Austin.
Do you want the light, or do you want to be in the running for the still? Just tell me in the chat, and I'll respond accordingly. Oh, Lucas made it. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
What? Did you?
Are you looking at the?
Oh, are you saying you made it to the show, or do you say you made it on the wheel? Because I don't see a Lucas on there, but you guys have funky handles.
Names on the order sheets are not always aligned with names that we know people as.
What did Joe say? Does she want the light or does she want the still entry? Oh, made it to the show. Okay, yeah.
Glad you made it, Lucas. Look at that name.
The
Banjo
still. She
Possum.
wants the still. Okay.
Banjo Possum wants in.
All right. Let's pull the wheel back down. You guys know who's in the running. And then who was saying earlier in the chat their order number got called out? They're by a completely different name. They have like a...
I don't remember.
Is anyone, I know there's at least 2 people in here that are on that wheel. Is there anyone else that's on that wheel and you just got a way different handle
name.
online?
Yeah. Lucas, you can enter for the drawing. Not for this one. This one tonight, all the entries have been tallied. But for next week, we're doing it again next week. We're doing it every Thursday this month.
For this bad boy.
Someone is going to win the steal at the end of the month.
What we're doing is we're drawing 4 names a week that are going to end up on a wheel. And we're going to spin that wheel at the end of the month until there's 1 shiner standing. And this week, we threw a little wrench in it. We actually put 5 names on there, and we're going to spin this wheel here in a second. And whoever gets picked on that is going to win this light and get taken off the wheel.
Yeah. It's kind of a sweet and sour kind of thing.
Unless Joe gets picked, and then maybe it's a situation where she just gets the light and we leave her on there.
Oh, you can't do that.
I don't know. I'm just talking out loud here. I don't know.
Oh, goodness.
Is it autographed? Not for you, buddy. No, I'm just kidding. No, I don't think anyone wants this autograph in their stuff. I mean, man, I don't know.
It's not autographed.
I wouldn't want me to autograph a still. Like, oh man, I want a still, and it's got this fucking Sharpie signature on it from some shithead online.
Iowa Freethinker says, I have no idea. I put my order in this morning. The one you put in this morning is counting tonight. All the donating you've done today, that is for next week.
Jar,
So
jar.
those are multiple entries for the next week's drawing.
Don't think we're into the tails yet, brothers. Yeah. No tails yet. Sorry? What's an animal without a tail? Can someone give me that real quick?
Fish.
Animal without a tail? Not an animal.
Are
Fish
we
is
saying
not an animal?
Are we saying mammals?
Fish isn't an animal.
Are we saying mammals?
Yeah, sorry, I said it wrong. Well, is a fish an animal?
Yes.
Yeah. It's not a plant. It's not a fungus.
I don't think
It's not a mammal.
I don't think
you
it-
might have meant
It falls
mammal.
under Animalia.
Listen, I'm not saying you're wrong, but I'm just saying I don't know if a fish is considered technically an animal.
Yeah, but
It's not a plant.
you don't have to know. It's one of those things.
It's
You
not.
don't have to know. I know.
It's not like a protozoa or a fungus or a plant or a It's an animal. Now obviously.
What's it called though?
I don't know. I can't tell you that.
Look that up real quick. Sorry, this is gonna eat me alive.
Let's name a fish. Like what fish? Any
tuna.
fish. Tuna.
Give me a tuna. What is a tuna considered?
Is that called taxonomy? I think it's called taxonomy.
Word I don't know.
I think it's kingdom Animalia, phylum chordata, which means it has a spinal cord.
Okay.
Class Actinopterygii. Don't know that, but that's the class.
Animalia
of
though?
Animalia.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay. Sorry. All right, listen, I'm just trying to get better. I'm trying to learn, dude.
Those are.
All right, what's
I'm glad
a
we were a part
mammal?
of
What's a
that.
mammal without a tail?
I'm trying to think of one.
Mammal without
I
a
think
tail.
all mammals have tails.
Well, humans don't, but-
Dolphin.
Okay, human was kind of
Dolphin is true, but it does kind of have a tail.
It has
It's
a
got
fin.
It's got a fin tail. I think-
Okay, here's one for you.
Okay.
A gorilla.
Okay.
No
Dude,
tail.
just like I heard it.
No
just,
tail.
Okay, so all this was just a little studying so I could come back to my original joke, which is when I pulled that jar off the still, I said we're not in the tails yet. Just like a herd of gorillas, no tails yet. Oh, that was the whole.
And that
That was
would've
the whole
been-
thing. It's not as funny when you got to go.
That
you know,
was,
Yeah.
it was
but-
a long way around for the punchline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll work on that. I'll clean that up, and also I got to do a little bit more animal. I got to be maybe more familiar with animals in general, because honestly, I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm not too proud to admit, I did not know that a fish was an animal.
Well, it's the confusion
Of mammal
of the
versus-
taxonomy stuff.
Yeah, taxonomy, which also I've learned today is a word, and it means genome nomenclature.
King Philip came over for good soup. Kingdom, phylum, class, order,
Lucas
family,
says also moles don't have tails.
species.
I'm gonna be honest, that pissed me off that you did that.
Well, I just had to
I don't
study it
know
like
any of that.
18 months ago. So
I don't know.
Yeah,
all
I don't
kinds
know any of that either.
Yeah. Anyway, all right, let's bring that wheel up.
All right.
Let's give this thing a look. And sorry, that was a little
Blind Rocket
side
has a few
quest
more
there.
sips. It might get funnier.
All right. Now, do you think on this one, does it matter when we click the wheel? I don't know that it does matter, but let's be as far away from Joe's name as we can when we click the wheel.
Dude.
Every time you open your mouth about him,
I know.
Dude, I don't care. I don't
you're
care.
closer to
I don't care.
not helping Joe.
I see. As far as a jinx.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were about in terms of like bias.
All right, I'm going to click it.
About my
I'm,
taste.
as far away as I can be. Here we go. Boom.
All right.
Okay, we're good.
Well, we're good.
We're
Okay.
good.
All right. Sorry,
Oh,
Mark
no.
H. You did win a light, though. You won a beautiful light.
Mark H, 8891. Are you in the chat? Speak up now so that we can let you know you have won a light. If not, we will just contact you later.
Should we do, Mark? Yeah, let us know if you're in here. Should we do a reverse fake of what I normally do, which is like, hey, we're doing the still giveaway. We spun the wheel, and
Your name was drawn.
You were eliminated from that wheel, but you did win a light. Should we do that?
Yeah.
Or is that like
you didn't get the wheel, you didn't get the still, but you won a light. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. All right, that's good.
But like,
You got the consolation prize.
but like, kind of doing it as like a fake of like leading in with like, hey, we're giving a still away this month, and we just spun the wheel. So I want to know if I could reach out to you while we're on the live.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay.
I like Hawk's contribution to the name, Wheel of Still Disfortune.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's kind of accurate.
I like doom and despair. I don't know if we're trying to get away from that, but
We've got to come up with a standard name.
Yeah.
At some point, we will land on something.
what was that cat's name? Mark H?
Yep, Mark H. 8891. All right, let's go back to main here.
Winsong says, Zach, shut up.
I know. Well, we lucked out that time, y'all.
It says that's Hawk.
Oh,
You're about to call.
Oh, it is Hawk, dude. Is he in here? I just saw his email.
he's in
Yeah,
the
he's
chat.
in here.
He's in the chat.
Oh, well, this is going to be. Should we still call him?
I mean, if you're right there, you
I
might
want to
as
get
well.
his reaction. I got his number right here. Hawk, we're going to call you real quick.
He's calling you. He's calling you, brother. This still in the clear wheel of fear.
We can't even do
pretty
the
good.
we can't even do the psych out at this point because
No.
he already knows.
He listened to you talk about it the whole time.
Hawk, what's up, brother?
Hey, not much. How you guys doing?
How do you feel about this whole situation?
Well, I'm going to start a new red light district in northeastern Minnesota.
What's going to be your main commodity? Got some
Main commodity will be running my first still run probably end of August.
Oh, nice. Oh, okay. Yeah. You were saying you were going to make your first run. That's awesome, brother.
Yeah.
Well, you got a little still in the clear light to show up in the shine room.
For your red light district, we actually have a red light for you.
Yeah, I've seen it since you guys first put it out. I watch you every week.
Awesome.
Oh, dude, we appreciate you, brother. Well, sorry, man, that you're not on the big wheel, but I am glad that you got a little consolation prize.
Maybe next week.
I'll be putting in more orders every week for more grain kits and stuff, so I'll get back in there.
Oh,
Hell
dude.
yeah.
Heck yeah, man. Well, I'll keep an eye out. Next time I see an order come through, I will hock you a couple extra little goodies in there.
Oh, sweet. All right, guys. Thanks a lot.
All right, brother. Appreciate you, man.
Later.
Good night.
All right, bye. What a good dude. I've never once made a call to anyone on here and them not just be like, good dudes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay,
that's
so
the
we're going to have
list
to
for tomorrow?
keep this. Well, this is going to be, we're going to have to keep this in a safe place, and because all these are going to have to go back on the big wheel.
Right. And we have to keep that
Oh, why?
because that's an order that goes out. Placed it today.
Oh, fair enough.
And that goes in it. The receipt.
Okay.
Jason says, just jumped back in. Who's the 4 on the wheel? I don't remember.
I can
We
show
have
them.
Stephen L., Evan S., Austin S., and the beautiful, the wonderful, the talented Miss Joe Parks.
Sweet Joe Parks.
Man, Joe just got like first cut out of the gate, man. She's already on there.
Yeah, she's already on there.
I'd like to get
She's
her on there
probably
about
got
4 or
plans,
5 more times.
Yeah, she's probably already got plans to be on it again next week.
I hope so. I think she's got some entries coming up for this next week just based off of the gifting.
Oh.
I think I saw her send one in, so she's got at least one.
Ooh, brisket mac and cheese, Jason Acosta. That sounds.
He's always doing that, man.
Man,
You're
that
always
sounds
doing that.
good.
You're coming here with food stuff.
Man,
And I'm hungry.
just right about time for me to be really hungry.
Dude,
Yeah.
and just
Wow.
man, just
Good grief.
bummed out.
Yeah, that sounds crazy, man. Wow.
Came home to it too, didn't he?
Yeah, didn't even have to work for it.
That makes it even worse.
You show up. There it
You show up,
is.
it's here.
Good grief.
Also, like a nice mac and cheese,
yeah.
like a really good mac and cheese. Even a shitty mac and cheese.
A shitty
Let's
mac
be
is
honest.
good.
Kraft right out of the box.
It's
little
fine.
Velveeta,
It's fine.
Shells.
Yeah.
Dude, get out of here. It's great.
I'm pretty partial to putting breadcrumbs on it.
There was a time in college where I would buy the Velveeta shells or the pasta salad mix. You know, it's got the little bacon bits, the
Yeah.
ranch sauce type. I would make one of those, and I don't know if you could tell by looking at me, murder it in a single sitting.
Yeah, just
Just
one
like that was my whole meal.
one
was
big
just
spoonful.
a family pack of Velveeta like shells and
Yeah,
cheese.
just let's see if we can overload carbs today.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
yeah. Used to love that, dude. That was an all time. That was a great meal. Anyway, appreciate you, Jason. Thanks. Wrap the brisket mac in an egg roll and deep fry it. So there's a place up the road here that does barbecue egg rolls, and they're kind of along that lines minus the mac and cheese.
Is that the golf course place?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good.
Oh my god,
Real good.
dude, it's crazy.
Yeah, I gotta take
Winsong
Winsong over there.
Yeah, you do. You should. You guys should go eat. You gotta watch their hours because like Friday and Saturday, as far as nighttime going, that's really the only times you could go over there.
Dinner.
They close at 3 most
Yeah.
other days, and they're closed on Mondays. But anyway, sorry.
Yeah, so this has been an exciting live. We're 14 jars deep on this run. It's just now, the last couple of jars have just started to kind of fall off on the proof. So we're probably in a transition right now.
Yeah, maybe 152,
maybe.
149, 150, 149.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's been pretty even keeled this entire run between. Let's see what our highest jar is. 158.
Yeah,
To
158.
149 through 14 jars, so been pretty consistent up until now. Double Barrel Daryl, appreciate the Hartney, the diamond. Carl Letter, also in the chat. Those of you, most of you are aware, Carl won the Dual Purpose Pro from us. And how are you liking that thing, Carl? You been doing any runs on it? You liking the column still?
Yeah. Jason says, what's the best whiskey to deal with the attitude of a teenager? Jason,
120
here's the
proof.
truth. Here's the truth. They're lightweights. You can give them anything, and they're out.
He's talking about giving them alcohol.
You know. That's not what he meant, is it?
Oh, he's talking about for him to
himself.
deal with.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
I mean, that's
Some kind of foolproof.
120,
whatever you
130,
want. I
something.
still think it's a little easier
Barrel
just to give it
strength.
to them.
Yeah.
Barrel strength.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of, this is very uncool of me, but I'll admit it on live. Like,
Hold on. Just as your faux counsel.
statutes-
Just as your faux counsel for a second. Let's just be careful.
Yeah, so when I was a teenager, I had to babysit my niece a lot, and
All right.
it was work.
Okay.
She was a lot.
Okay.
Yeah,
And she happened to like NyQuil.
that's
And
good.
so I didn't have a problem with it.
All right.
That's good.
It made things easier.
Yeah, I
I'm just
bet.
saying. I'm
I
just
bet
saying.
it did. I bet that was good for you.
Sleepy gal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a long time ago. Nothing that anyone can do about that, as far as I'm aware of right now. Also, really not
Statute of
necessarily,
limitation.
not necessarily even criminal conduct. Just giving them people do
Just-
worse.
Yeah.
Perhaps a Benadryl colada.
Yeah. Right. No doubt. Double Barrel Daryl says dope hats.
We think
I know,
so,
right?
brother. I'm gonna try to make it
Pretty
through
slick.
the weekend successfully with mine. Gonna go on a little float trip. Gonna celebrate the 4th of July with family and friends.
Oh yeah, that won't survive a float trip.
No,
Oh, I
probably
think it will. I'm
probably
pretty good.
not.
I'm batting 1,000, I think, on hat. Well, that's not true either. I did lose a hat one year. It's a bitchin' hat too.
Clinton jumping in there.
Said I
Mash-
love older women.
Is that what you
Yeah,
said?
the hat did.
Oh,
yeah.
the hat.
I lost it in the river though.
MASH recipes and other information help can be found on MeWe with the rest of us. MeWe.com, Moonshine for Beginners.
It's
Clinton, always helpful with the links.
there's some pretty crazy AI stuff going on there
There is
tonight.
some crazy AI.
which I've
stuff.
actually enjoyed. That video is probably going to make it to my TikTok page, to be honest. Let me go see if I can download this thing real quick.
Fine Rocket says back when NyQuil was the good stuff. Is NyQuil not what it used to be? Is that what that means?
I don't know.
Winsong tells Jason the breakfast cereal bourbon. That is a nice choice for almost any problem or occasion.
Hey, well, who made this? I think it was Clinton, right? Clinton, if you could send me a direct message on here. Let me get you my phone number. I'd like you to send me that video. I think it'd make an interesting
It's pretty
TikTok.
sharp. Yeah. Yeah, that should definitely go on your TikTok channel. That's funny.
That's a good one. Maybe we could start a new segment where they just submit to us some AI videos every week.
Pick
and
a winner?
We just browse through them on the live and then just pick a winner and be like, oh yeah,
that would be
throw
kinda
that out.
cool.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah, would you guys want to do still in the clear related AI videos week to week and we make some sort of contest out of it?
Yeah.
Let us know if that's something you'd want to do. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
It'd be fun on the MeWe group too, just kind of play around with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we'll submit them throughout the week, and then we'll get on there and pick out a few of our favorites, show them on the live, and then take one of them, put them up, one or multiple. I'm not going to limit myself, but
Yeah.
up on the socials. Could be cool.
Olympic Dave jumping in with the red, white, blue hearts. Good to see you, brother.
Good marketing. I don't know if you can tell by looking at us, but we're a couple marketing geniuses, dude. We got firms out of New York that are calling us up every week. They're like, hey, I don't know what you guys got going on.
We want in.
I don't know how it works.
They pay us massive consultation fees just to give Zoom calls to them.
That said, there is actually some legitimate marketing that goes on. But yeah, that's what they're calling us. The marketing amigos.
People are saying,
Everyone's saying maybe the greatest.
everyone's saying,
Marketing magnates, they're calling us.
I'm not saying it, they're saying it.
They're saying, and I don't even want to be called that. They're saying it out loud, and it's catching on. And I got to be frank, I'm kind of coming around to it. I like that they're saying it.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Mud Grip says y'all should do a live with the baby filter, which I think is only a thing on TikTok. There aren't filters on YouTube, so yeah.
There's not filters on YouTube Shorts, is what you're saying?
On lives,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty self-aware of the fact that I know very little about YouTube.
Terry Baldwin is suggesting member votes for the top 5.
Oh, yeah.
That's
That
not
could
a
be
bad
cool.
idea. Not a bad idea to have a
Some
member.
of them I feel like would maybe, I don't know. I'm not going to deprive the people of that. I think if we're keeping it fun, keeping them light, if you guys don't get like too crazy with them, I'll pretty much show anything you guys put up there.
Justin says, give the winner some swag. We could do that.
I will say any videos of me being beat up by a chimp or a monkey or a gorilla will not be considered.
Will be considered top notch.
They will not make the cut.
Yeah, please send all of those to me.
Why are you encouraging that?
Yeah, I would love to see a
on,
video
dude.
of you getting
Come
wiped
on,
out
dude.
by a chimp.
That would never happen, dude. That's fictitious internet stuff.
Were you
dude.
telling me that the golf course up here has brisket mac and cheese?
They have brisket egg rolls.
Okay, and I had those.
Barbecue
Those were
egg
great.
rolls.
Yeah, the
Those
ones
were
we had
great.
the other. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm wanting brisket mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Ever
thanks-
since
thanks
Jason
a lot,
Acosta,
Jason.
I'm obsessed with it. Arts has it. They close at 8:30.
Hawk is calling
Arts
us the
barbecue.
marvelous marketing amigos. That's what we're saying. We're not saying it. Other people are
They're
saying
saying it, yeah.
The people are saying it. I'm not saying it.
No longer allowed to go live after too many strikes. You got put in YouTube jail.
It's honestly pretty tough to get a YouTube strike though. It's pretty tough. It's not like TikTok where they will ding you for
Leads me to wonder what kind of tomfoolery you've been getting
things
on
that aren't real. Actually,
on the interwebs.
AI Bigfoot versus AI Zach Sparrow.
I gotta admit, I think that's still pretty good liquor. I don't get any tails out of that.
Yeah, we're still hearts.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're still in the good stuff. Jar 15.
It's crazy. So what do we
It's what happens when you have a 20-gallon still.
do? Do we just keep this thing rolling? 'Cause,
No.
we're gonna be gone.
Yeah, we'll pick it up Monday.
Just fire it back up Monday.
Let's see, jar number 15.
So let's run one more jar off. This jar that's on right now,
All right.
and when it's done, we'll wrap up. That sound good,
All right.
everyone?
Yeah.
Maybe cruise over to Arts.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just talking out loud.
And I want to say too, you guys have gone crazy with the gifting
Yeah.
and the super chats tonight.
Absolutely.
So next, I anticipate next week the drawing to have some very familiar names in it
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be very
because they went
super
crazy
chat
getting entries
gifting.
tonight.
Yeah, I think
I don't know if y'all thought the entries were happening tonight, and maybe that's why it was happening.
I
But
hope
that's all loading up next week. So that's pretty awesome.
they're all in the pipeline. Jason asks, y'all going to name that run America?
No, this is the Independence Run. That's what I called it on the Facebook posts and stuff that I made earlier today.
INDEPENDENT. Do you know what shine mean?
That's it. Lil Woosie.
Yeah.
Happy birthday,
Well-
America.
Okay.
Not the correct name.
Bootsy badass.
Wait. It is Boosie, isn't it? No.
It's
It's
someone help me out here. Someone knows.
There's Blind Rocket.
hey,
Yeah,
Blind
another
Rocket with some
entry for next
fireworks. Come on.
Hell yeah.
Come on. Let's go.
She got her own house.
Jar number
She got
15
her own
comes out at 150.
2 jobs. Work hard.
Boosie.
She bad, bro. Is it Boosie? Really?
Hang on.
Oh, snap. I just got gifted a membership.
Nope.
Yeah, that was earlier, Brain Fart. You got gifted a membership. That is sweet. We love it when people buy gifted memberships in here all the time. And when it happens to one of the regulars that we see a lot, that's pretty freaking cool. So, yeah. We will be live, members only live, Brain Fart, next Monday, 8:30.
It is credited to
Normally we would do
Webby.
Friday and
But Boosie's
Saturday
on it.
also, but
Okay.
because of the holiday, we're not coming in Friday and Saturday. We're taking a 3-day weekend.
Hell yeah, good for y'all.
This will be the first 3-day weekend I've had in,
Years?
honestly, I don't even know.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's been long enough.
You may
I
never come
don't
back.
know.
Can't remember.
never
Yeah,
come
you may
back,
never
brother.
come back.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're like, dude, this is what time off feels like? You know what's going to happen? Because I know you very well.
What?
You're going to just come up here And do random shit.
I mean, there is shit to be done.
That's what I'm saying. I
mean-
can already tell. Like you're saying I'm going to take a couple days off. You're not.
Why don't you just have a rough Monday?
Well, I could. What does that mean?
Just have a rough Monday like
have a
everybody
rough
else.
Monday. Come on, dude.
Everybody else takes a weekend. They have a rough Monday.
yeah.
Monday
Yeah.
sucks,
Well,
you know, and then it's
well,
like...
Yeah.
Y'all leave me alone. Y'all leave me alone about it. I might come up here for a little while.
Do your,
All right.
do your,
All
do your
right.
job, dude. You got to take a little time, brother. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, man.
You'd be up here ordering yeast from LD Carlson and shit. I finished that run. I came up here.
I might come up here and wage war again on the gnats.
Yeah.
Dude, that could be actually pretty useful.
We could show up Monday and
It's
not be
worse?
able to walk in. Yeah.
No, it's no way it's worse, right?
It
I
could
mean, what's
be.
stopping
There's
them?
the scenario where it's worse is. I just don't even want to think about it.
I think...
Brian James is asking, do you have to do more than subscribe to become a member? Yeah, subscribing and becoming a member are two different things. And if you look next to the subscribe button, there should be a button that says join. So there's subscribing and joining.
I'll share the direct link to joining.
Yeah, so Adam's going to share the link if you want to join. And if you're a member, you kind of get special perks that not everybody else gets. If you look next to the names, you will see little icons, little still in the clear icons. Those are all members of the channel. We also go live 8:30 a.m. every morning for members only, except for Thursday and Friday, or Thursday and Saturday. And we do special polls for members only, and we do some special giveaways for members only. We did one last week or the week before. So random extra goodies for members.
Sure.
We have a great time, and we appreciate all our members.
They get a little heads up.
Yep. Yeah.
We only had 3 days before this first spin of the wheel. And
Members.
of course, if you get the newsletter, you knew what, a day ahead of time. But if
Yeah.
you were a member and you're in the Rise and Shines in the morning and stuff,
you knew like last Friday.
you knew what was up. So there is a little sneaky advantage here and there for giveaways and things like that. People that are really in tune with what we're doing and hanging out with us every day.
Joe says Windsong will have plenty for you to do. on
Winsong
your
says
days off.
that is correct. Big honeybee
mean-
list. I think Winsong, you probably start adding some stuff to it now, knowing that you're going to have a couple extra days of the old workhorse back in the stable. Maybe add to it.
Thanks.
Good for him.
Thanks. I'll remember that.
Thanks a lot, man. Yeah, and you get those cool emojis that Mudgrip's doing there in the chat.
Yep.
Every Tuesday, Zach has a rage fit during the live. Do I really?
No.
Oh, sometimes.
But it's funny.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't think. I've been raging a little less these days. Than. Can the sweet feed kit mature in 4 days? It can, Trickster,
Yeah.
if you use the right
Especially
yeast.
this time of year.
If you use the daddy that comes with it, typically not going to be done in 4 days. I guess perhaps in the right situation it could be, but yeah, if you really want to get it done in 4 days, I would suggest a little thing I like to call a turbo yeast. It will for sure be done.
Terry says Windsong's cherry limeade is
It
killer.
is very good.
Yeah.
It's
No
very good. Very good.
Is it time to drink that?
Mudgrip
I think
says
so.
Cyrus. Cyrus looks like he wants to knock you out of the chair for that one. Winsong says, LOL, Zach, he can't get through the one I have. Hey, easy. Easy, honey. Turbo yeast equals yeast plus fermento plus DAP. Yeah, that's pretty close.
I'm looking for the cherry lime. It may actually be back here.
Yeah, Hawk Spirit Weaver, the barrels are out of stock. We're actually looking for a new supplier. Haven't found one yet. But when we do, the barrels will be back in stock.
Hey, is the cherry lime still up here? Or did you take that?
No, the only one I took were the cherries. I thought you guys actually took the cherry lime.
Oh, I took some, but there was still a jar up here. Well,
Damn, KRB, what you doing awake for 40 hours? Hang on. What?
Must be in the oil field.
Yeah, must be. Jesus. Well, yeah,
The
sleep
key
good.
lime and caramel apple are amazing as well. I'm going to give you guys a little hint about Winsong's recipes. She doesn't have any of them that aren't awesome. That's just the way it is. Jesus Christ.
Jesus
Barely
Christ.
any left. Well, I am going to take that home now.
You shine watching?
I'm shine shaming.
You ABV judging?
Clinton says, still in the clear, y'all should look at carrying just some yard-aged oak, untoasted, uncharred, to see as well. That way people can, we actually do, Clinton. We call it the seasoned
It's like sunshine in a
seasoned
bottle.
oak, and it's just clear, and you can toast it, you can age it to your own
So good.
liking.
Take one more here.
I was just eating those cherries. Dangerous.
Did anyone else want any more of this before I close it up?
Yeah. Please.
It's quite good.
Before it's gone.
Don't shine shame him.
Good Lord, that is good
Yeah, it's
stuff.
So good.
Jeez.
It's somehow like over time gotten a little bit more like mellow, creamier. Like it was getting a hint of that like lime tang in it.
The coconut is kind of showing up more now. And it's
agree.
it's creamier.
So good.
Yeah, I
That's
agree.
crazy. That is crazy.
Don't be a shine hole.
Derp, the screen didn't load down. That's interesting. I'll have to look at that.
Brandon, happy 4th, brother. I hope that everyone enjoys the 4th of July responsibly. Don't be like my brother-in-law last year who almost blew his whole hand off. Had to, which we made a series of bad decisions after that. So we were lighting mortars and just like chunking
Throwing them,
you know,
yeah.
Just good old-fashioned 4th of July fun.
Yeah, of course.
Some dangerous fun.
He caught a
Right.
quick fuse. I mean, it was a misleadingly fast fuse, and he couldn't do anything about it. And it just really got him pretty good.
Yeah.
And we instantly took his hand and put it in a pool, which
Some
wasn't
chlorine.
sanitary. That's what we were thinking. We were like, chlorine, something, something to made it worse, I think. And then he slept in a like a ski glove that was filled with mustard for an entire night. And then the next day, it was fine.
Okay.
It wasn't fine, but it was
Better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
We did some light reading on the internet and found that was the best cure-all situation for firework exploded hand.
Yeah.
And he's fine now.
Scott says my pit hates fireworks. Yeah, we had
Yeah.
a dog, Harley, took off.
Really?
Never saw her again.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that scares me, man.
Yeah, it sucked.
Our dog really hates them. And she gets super alert, but she's not really scared, like shaking. But I feel like she would run off if
You
she
think
had
it's
a.
like a patriotism problem? Or?
Maybe she's a communist. Maybe
I'm just talking out loud, guys. You know what I'm not scared of? Freedom.
Yeah.
So
Well, you know what's funny about that is fireworks are a Chinese thing, and they have been forever, and they're
Yeah.
still a Chinese thing. So it's kind of funny that we do that.
God, that makes me not like them as
It's
much.
not true. Fireworks are just fireworks.
Okay.
Chinese thing.
It
That
does
was a
make me-
Chinese invention, and
Yeah,
they
but that
make
doesn't
them
make
over
a
there.
Chinese thing.
They're
It's
a
kinda like
Chinese
saying
thing.
I
They
can't
do
wear,
make
I
all
can't
of
wear
them.
dreads.
I think they make all of them.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
some people might try to get you for that.
It does make me happy
for
though.
many summers, my wife put me in
Yeah, cornrows.
cornrows.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah, I get that.
Dude, that's honestly pretty dope.
It is pretty cool.
I do like the fact that we do get probably most of our fireworks from China.
Yeah.
And that they are packaging like red, white, and blue.
Yeah.
American like big
Yeah.
Yeah,
mortar
that
packs and
cannot
stuff.
be cultural appropriation.
I love
Yeah.
that they're
Yeah,
having
yeah.
to do that.
Yeah, that they're having to do
Yeah,
that.
they have
yeah,
to.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
what we like.
Well, and they rely on us.
Yeah.
Like
We're
they
we're
won't
their
survive
number one
without us.
consumer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
China,
For
this
sure.
message is for you. Eat our shit. No, I'm just kidding. We appreciate the fireworks manufacturer.
Hey, thanks for making all of our stuff.
keeping the 4th festive.
Damn commie dogs, Brian.
I like how we took a
I
very
think we
tragic story of
member
your
sips.
dog running away and just blamed it on communism.
Ran into China about it.
You
all
can,
kinds of
I
stuff.
saw the pamphlets in his kennel. He was reading some Marx literature. He was
Yeah. He had the Communist Manifesto at his bedside.
he was yeah. Dealing with some
2
demons.
explosions in the last 4 days from fireworks. Yeah, I saw the one in California. Holy cow.
Oh yeah, I saw that
was
one too.
nuts.
That
That
was
was
It
crazy.
was like blew an entire building up.
Looked
Wow.
like a
What was funny, it was a huge explosion, and then
just a bunch of joyous
just a bunch
little
of choo, choo, choo.
Roman candles and shit just going on.
Oh my god.
It was very playful after the very
The big
disturbing
violent.
explosion that started that whole event.
I'm missing something in the chat. Everybody keeps talking about member sips. What are member sips? What are we talking about, guys, in the chat about these member sips?
What is a membership? Steve is already. Oh, Steve is already contributing to your channel. It is now officially called a membership. Maybe we're talking about there. Somebody
Back
else.
it up till you find out whatever.
I'm looking.
Memberships.
Oh, Steve-
calling them instead of memberships, calling them memberships.
This is the OG comment right here. Steve Canyon was, I think, gifted a membership. Says, I'm new to your channel. Thanks for the membership. And then people were saying memberships.
Oh, yeah, that's
like it.
good. I like it.
Yeah.
So it just
all in
sounds
favor. All in favor of the motion to adopt the newly found title for a gifted membership as a membership. All opposed?
Yeah.
You shut your
Motion.
damn mouth back there.
Motion passes.
Steve, you've just
I
done
like
something.
membership, and it also kind of sounds like we just have a bit of a list.
Yeah.
Memberships.
Thanks for the membership.
Have you a membership, buddy?
5 gifted
Steve
memberships.
Canyon says that was me.
Yeah, you did something,
You got
Steve.
credit. You got credit, Steve.
Nice work.
Steve, you're promoted, brother.
Yeah,
Winsong says that's actually a great typo.
it is.
Yeah.
It's a pun.
Membership has its privileges. Yeah, that's going to be fun.
My mother over on Facebook says, that took you fellas much longer than it should have. Memberships.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're slow.
slow.
I think we were-
We're slow on the draw on, frankly, a lot of stuff.
I
When
think
it
we were
comes to the
too
chat-
fixated on communism for
Yeah,
a minute there.
yeah, we got deep in the weeds
Well,
there.
there's 2 things. First of all, we're slow on the chats because sometimes we just can't see them all coming. And then we're especially slow towards the end of the live.
Yeah, that's true.
It
We
kinda
just slow
It
down.
just kind of happens that way for some reason.
Yep.
Memberships and peasants.
Hey,
Hell
Alembic
yeah.
Dave. I haven't seen you much in here tonight, or are you just getting in here?
He's been kind of lurking. He was in here earlier.
Okay.
Well, guys, this last jar, we are about to pull it off. And,
Oh, here we
man,
go.
What a...
Real quick. Boop.
Oh, Brendan
There
Gallagher.
it is.
One entry.
Thank you, brother.
That's an entry to next week's drawing. Could win this beautiful still right here.
Thank you for the 10, mate. Yep, the final jar. Clinton is right. Well, 7:45, heck of a live. A lot of fun hanging out with you guys tonight. I think that we were all in the spirit of the red, white, and blue. I know that we were here. I hope you were too. And you guys be safe over the 4th of July. I mean, we
Be
do a lot
careful.
of joking around, a lot of
safe,
kidding, but
be
everyone
fun.
be safe. We want everyone getting back to next Thursday night's live with all their fingers intact.
All your digits.
Eyeballs are important too.
Oh, yeah.
Wear your PPE, your safety glasses, your gloves, you know. And you got anything for the people?
Yeah, don't throw mortars by hand.
Yeah, shoot them
Yeah,
out
don't
of
do that.
tubes. Maybe a 2-second hold where you put them in a mailbox or a gutter is fine, but like don't go overboard with it.
Just do the Roman candle fights. That's better.
We did. I have done a Roman candle duel already. I did win that duel. I scored 1 direct hit.
Good for you.
Anyway, we're getting off topic here, but anyway, you guys don't do as I say. How's it go?
Carl Letter just became a still hand. Nice.
Do
Welcome, Carl.
Do as I say, not as I do. But I am saying that I'm doing some pretty
Yeah.
Okay, so just be safe. I don't know the correct number. Anyway, been a heck of a run. We're going to pull jar number 16 off here. We're going to finish this run Monday. This 20-gallon is a beast, dude. This thing is awesome. It spits out shine surprisingly fast, and yeah, we're still in the hearts. So a long run, we'll bookmark that for next week and start a run a little bit later, but we hope we see you next week in the live. And you guys be safe, and yeah, we'll see you all next week.
See you next week.